Alright, shit. I got one question. Can you cuss or no?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Let it fly, bro.
You cuss?
Let it fly.
Shit.
Let it fly, bro.
I'm gonna be that sophisticated.
Let it fly, man.
We got a sponsor.
I don't care if we did. I wouldn't care if we did.
I ain't know how, you know what I mean, how we getting down with it.
Yeah, we trying to be as authentic as possible, man. We got enough straight and narrow sports talk shows, bro. We letting it fly.
You seen Cam and Mace?
Man, yeah, no, Cam been going wild lately.
You seen Cam and Mace, though?
What Cam say? She can suck my dick.
Yeah, Cam, man, that nigga.
This nigga Paul Pierce talking about, yeah, no, they going up.
Because you got Stephen A. Smith.
They shit going up.
Man, they shit going up.
Good, Dom.
What's up, bro?
You know, how you feel about Pat? Yep.
Man, everybody walking in with a bag. See what time it was hot today, huh? Hot today.
Snacks around the corner.
I don't leave the house until now, so not for me. What's going on? Just
She's late to start over a little bit. We got company on the couch today, just though.
We should have brought a real culture jacket, man.
No, but so I'm glad you got the shirt on though, bro.
You gotta have the shirt on.
I definitely want to talk about that towards the end, man. For sure. See how everybody feeling, man. Oh, looking good.
Let's not be stressed,
looking good, man. I appreciate y'all being here, man. This our last episode for season 2, so we ending off with a bang.
That's a blessing.
Y'all niggas doing it, bro.
Oh yeah, cuz left that for you, John. She left that for you. She like, yeah, John might want to sip of that.
Not on a Wednesday.
We can take that shit down. We not about to promote that shit.
Not on a Wednesday.
Not on a Wednesday. That is.
You gotta
That's
come
for the
to
house.
work.
That's for the holiday. That's that shit your mom keep under the sink.
Yes.
In Jordan, that's what mommy doing.
Sleep. Right?
No, facts.
Hey, listen. You take shots of that nigga, you on demon time. I'm telling you that right now. That's something you sip on right
That's
there.
on the 1 shot minimum. You put that shit on the rock.
That's
You
gotta
gotta
be
put that
ice.
shit on the rock.
Yeah. Drink that warm
So-
if you want to.
Tell it back to your photo.
I had to Bro, that shit so funny, bro. My little brothers at St. Joe's that I coach, they got the whole coaching staff saying boys now.
Man,
even the old dudes.
It's crazy. Like they think the
And
niggas invented that shit, but it really just a New York shit.
Yeah, this shit old as fuck.
Yeah, they been doing this shit.
I think Paul's came right after No Homo, or it was
that
at
shit
the
was
same
together.
time. Yeah, that shit was at the
Cam
same
really
time.
was pushing that shit. Like I remember he had that Killer Season.
Killer Season was that shit was legendary. That shit was legendary. I was just talking about that shit like a week or 2 ago. Like
I feel like that shit.
Yeah, because I was asking Justin, did he ever see Killer Season?
You gotta watch it, bro. You gotta watch it. You gonna be dead.
He from New York. He from New York.
Bro, you from New York? You ain't never seen Killer Season? Bro,
He young.
Yeah, he young. Yeah.
Killer Season. He was born in 2000, right? Man, Killer Season, he was probably what, 5?
You slapped the nigga with the strap in the dice game, bitch, on him.
Yeah, I gotta find that. I know that shit not on Netflix. I gotta find
That's
that.
on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, he said some real shit on there too about not going to college.
Oh yeah,
he
no.
He was like, you gotta get fly. He was like, you gotta pay tuition.
He broke that shit
all the way down in the kitchen. He was like, man, we gotta try.
that bitch like that's like the what's the all-time series? The General. That's like some off-brand. It's like an off-brand paid in full.
No, for real.
Like a low-budget paid in full.
Because Cam was in paid in full.
Yeah.
That's what sparked him on the movie. Shit. Like, I gotta make my own shit.
But bro, that one scene.
The Killer Season was hard, bro.
So the scene in Paid in Full when Mitch was crying about them jerking Sonny and shit, that emotional. Cam and Hell Real try to do that shit. And you can see niggas laughing. Like they trying to have an emotional moment and shit.
They laughing in the skin. Then they ain't even go back and take another take.
So
Like,
funny,
like,
they kept it. That shit was
like,
we gonna keep that shit.
That shit funny, bro.
Just look, kind of money your owner got in New York, man. That nigga just throwing money around over there.
about the baseball?
No, I'm talking about
Power swing.
Jets, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's swinging for the fences.
See?
Love it.
That was a
Do what
big
you gotta
commitment,
do.
though.
Love it.
Don't get caught on the warning track.
Uh-oh.
That's a good one,
2 years, a little 2-year window.
2 years.
8-year extension. 2-year extension.
Gotta make some shit shake this year.
Oh, that was
too. Facts.
That
But
was
still,
too early.
this year.
Huh?
That was a little too early to pay.
You traded for him. You already balls deep in the commitment. Like, y'all niggas had already dropped y'all. Y'all traded for this old ass nigga.
Might as well.
No, for real.
Last couple years. No problem.
No, that definitely
Come with an AARP card.
No. This nigga look rejuvenated though. Out there taking them fancy trips and shit, doing ayahuasca. I ain't gonna lie though, him and G5 about to go crazy though. G5 different, bro. He different. When I seen him make that, was that his freshman year when he made that catch against Clemson?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bro, that nigga just dunked on this nigga in football. Like, that shit was crazy.
About 20 feet in the air.
Put that motherfucker on the side now. Hey, we about to start the podcast. I'm gonna call you back if you still up.
Alright, yeah. What's good, everybody? This is the Starting Five. You are tuned in, to the Starting Five podcast. This is season 2, episode 23.
Yeah, 20. He doing the Stevie Wonder.
He was Stevie Wonder. He got a keyboard too.
That's raw.
Yeah,
That's raw. Yeah, I'm fucking with that.
I go by Trillionaire. You can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, _Trillionaire. You can call me Tro for short. Just a quick disclaimer. LeBron James will never average 20 points and play 28 minutes in a game. I'm still kicking to my
Wow.
Damn. Yeah, throw that in.
Welcome back to the Start 5
Yes, sir.
podcast. Yeah, we definitely gonna get into
We
that.
gotta get into that, bro. It's crazy, bro.
Season 2, episode 23. This is season finale. So we ended it off with a banger. We got some special guests that we're gonna introduce after we go around the horn. Real quick, I want to shout out all the fans, all the supporters, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We taking things to another level in season 3. Gonna have more guests on. So, leave your comments. You know what I mean? Hit me up in the DM if y'all got any recommendations for people y'all think should be on the show.
Michael Jackson.
For sure. I had Mike Jack on. Get that hologram in here, Murray.
Yeah, they got
Hey,
holograms.
Yeah, that's AI right there.
Yeah.
And
Artificial
hey,
intelligence.
football season is back. Go Browns. Spence by decision. I'm gonna pass it to my left. Spence by decision, baby.
Me?
Yeah, just so go ahead.
What's good? Justo back again.
You the guest.
Introduce the guest last, bro.
Justo Star 5 on IG. And my boy Woody Johnson swinging for the fences. So let's do it. I'm gonna kick it to my left.
They already know what it is, man. Drop this thing on Hardy on the book at Superjohn on Twitter and Instagram. You already know what to do, man. Leave your questions, your suggestions, your likes, your dislikes. Give us that feedback. We need that. Pass it to my
Keep the
left.
dislikes. Keep them.
Keep going. You can catch what's up, y'all. You can catch me at IG, X Faster with Don Breed X. Catch me on Facebook at Dom Daniel. And you already know we back with another fire episode, man. Let's get it.
And as you see, we got a crowded arena today. We got some special guests in the building. Two gentlemen I got a lot of respect for. I've been, building with 2 sharp dudes in Cleveland, entrepreneurs, go-getters. I recently been training with my boy Pat over here. And I'm telling you, when you train with someone, you work out with someone, you really get to know who a person is, man. And these 2 brothers right here, man, they go hard. We cut from the same cloth, man. I respect what y'all doing, man. These guys look young, but they got the wisdom of your grandfather. So, man, I appreciate y'all being on the show.
You already know, bro.
I'm going to let y'all introduce yourselves, man. We're going to get into it.
Yes, sir. Pat, you can follow me at 2pat_Shakur, Real Culture Clothing. It's my brother, Real Culture brother, right there. Follow his Real Culture Clothing. Kick it to you.
So Trey_190 on IG. Shoot, like I said, that's my real culture, bro, right there. A1 since day one. We out here selling these clothes, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, all of that. It's a whole wave. It's a whole movement. Appreciate my boy High for
Been out
inviting
here,
both of
2018.
us.
2018
This is one of the dopest things we done did. We about to keep it going. We about
Yes,
to
sir.
take the momentum and we about to just flood the whole city with positivity and just the ambition and goals, baby.
I love it. Hey,
Let's
go.
Yeah.
Hey, and shout out to Real Culture Clothing, man. One of the flyest brands in Cleveland.
Good luck, man.
Fucking with
Appreciate
y'all,
that,
man. And we gonna definitely tap in and talk more about that because we trying to get some things going with the podcast on the merch side. So
Yeah, man. We're gonna sponsor y'all.
Preach, no, for sure.
For sure, man.
For sure.
Real shit, real shit.
Partnership is major, man.
Yeah, get a couple hats right there for sure.
All right, so we're
All right,
gonna kick
you
it.
do your
We're gonna
thing.
kick it with the fast break segment. Bought to and by somebody in the very near future. Looking for the sponsorships for sure, but gonna start in the NBA. You feel me? Start in the NBA, and we got a lot of NBA news. I guess first I want to talk about Bronny James. So I gotta. I don't know.
You can't laugh.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm kind of like I'm confused more than anything.
Man,
Because
Let's deep dive. I already know where you
Let's
it
go
was
there.
reported that Bronny James had a cardiac arrest during a workout at University of Southern California. Obviously, he was rushed to the hospital, and then the next day it was reported. So it happened on a Monday. It was reported on a Tuesday, and then he went from being in cardiac arrest to being stable the next day. So that's where I'm confused about. Certainly am concerned, more importantly, about the young man's health. He's 18 years old, and to have this tragic situation. Well, tragic, no, but circumstance, yes. But I guess the confusing part is, and I understand the family want their privacy, but how do you go one day in, next day stable, and then it don't make sense.
It's crazy. It's deep. A heart attack is
Like I don't know anybody that
And
go
he an
from
EMT.
yeah.
So
I don't
he's
know.
like-
Actually, I work in the medical field, so sometimes when people with cardiac arrest, the chances of them coming back are real slim. So it's always sometimes about the right place, the right time, the right care, and everything, and also God too, because some people can drop right there, they can get worked on immediately and may never bounce back.
Right.
It's a blessing that he was even able to come back, let alone get to the ICU and get out of the ICU. So more than anything, mad prayers for them. I hope you make a complete and full recovery off of that.
Yeah,
For sure.
That brother got favored.
Nah, for real.
Got
Y'all
favored
definitely
for
on the
sure.
side. Definitely on the side, man.
But that's not the first one, because he had a situation last year with another kid that also had a cardiac arrest during a workout. About a year ago, Vince Awuchukwu, can't pronounce his name, sorry for butchering that deal. But he later played, I think he played 14 games for the Trojans last season. Basketball.
I think that's going on.
And so he
USC
was able
going on
he was
USC.
able to bounce
USC
back and play. I just I don't know what's going on, but speedy recovery for Brownie, and definitely prayers for the family.
I wish Brownie would have went to Old State, man.
For sure.
I know
Still
that's shit random.
As I
I'm
say
confused
that.
about that too. Like,
I know Columbus got good medical care. up
like
there.
we got Cleveland Clinic
Yeah,
right down the
right
street.
down the street.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Like they can.
I think DeMar Hamlin, they had flew. He had came here and got some work done.
Everybody.
Oh, Cincinnati.
Everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's Kentucky. That's not Ohio.
People all the time come here just for the
Just for
public
Cleveland
care.
Clinic.
No, for sure.
Especially as
All right.
Jonas
But-
Lewandowski lives in
So
Cleveland
my
Clinic.
thing is with this, it's kind of random because where did this come from? Like you would
Yeah.
think a kid like Brian, he got supreme genetics, and what stock
Exactly.
he come from.
Yeah. And then if you don't know where it came from, is it gonna happen again?
Yeah, no,
Is you
for sure.
what you risking if you step on that court again? Like, is you risking your life, or is you know what I mean, or is you straight? How do we know?
Because with DeMar Hamlin, it was like a freak accident. The way the
The
contact
way he got
was
hit,
lit.
yeah.
Like we don't really know exactly what happened with Bronny shit.
And
They
then
just
it's wrapped
running
up,
and he
you know
got
what I mean?
tired.
Yeah.
Like
Like, they ain't letting you know.
Do y'all buy into the conspiracy theory?
See,
that-
you know, that's you already knew where I was.
no, I wasn't gonna let us lead this topic without going there though. I was just
See, we've
Look,
been doing this for a long
beating around the bush a
time.
little bit.
only because.
That was some Jamie Foxx shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
that too, but
Light
it's
skinned
just
Jamie
like,
Foxx.
Right, y'all?
this individual that I came across on IG, he actually had a Photoshop of the DeMar situation, and looking at the pic, there was no contact with his chest. It was like picture perfect, allegedly, and
Everything's always.
and so like.
I
I just got so many questions. It's in my IG feed. I be having questions on these random things that happen. All the while, you know, the president's son is facing an indictment. Like it just be too much shit happening all at the same time. And then a week later, you found out that, you know, 30 people got bombed somewhere and it wasn't reported, but you found out about it a week later. And so I'm not into the distractions no more. I guess is where I'm kind of like fed up. And so, you know, just my lived experience, guys. I'm not trying to sway nobody's opinions, but
last days.
you know, it's just
Show that. We the Sodom and Gomorrah right now. Man. It's deep. It's deep for sure that.
And that also, the distraction. And another thing I seen on Twitter was that some people say they had to play with the him getting the COVID vaccine.
Jabbed up. A lot of athletes got jabbed up too. From high school to play.
But they don't really put a lot of the statistics out there, but the numbers of people who have either suffered from blood clots and or cardiac arrest after getting the jab is in the tens of thousands. And so I don't know if one thing leads to the other. I'm not a doctor. I'm not even being a theorist right now, but it just sometimes don't add up.
Well, if you the first to get something, that means you're getting to it.
Yeah. The lab rat.
Because we don't know the effects for 5 years from now
Lab
until
rats.
you take it. And then when you holler at you 5 years from now, be like, good.
And see what
You
happens.
know what I'm saying? And then you, like, no, I need to mesothelioma commercial, bro. Like, you gotta pay me.
about to say that. It's
I'm
definitely
fucked up.
commercial definitely about to start
I got
popping up.
permanent rent,
Yeah.
and I ain't even.
You may be entitled to
Right.
Yeah.
You may be. I don't know. We're not
Exactly.
sure yet.
between the wave of 2020 all the way to 2025.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Another thing, it was a bodybuilder. It was like a famous bodybuilder on Instagram or something like that. He died. He recently passed away. I don't know if it's cardio. It was something like that though. But
Then you on road
he had
too, dog.
that, and he got jabbed up. He got 4 jabs. He got jabbed up 4 times. Now, if the vaccine worked,
Why
do
you
you
gotta
need
take
4
2, 3,
for it?
4, 5 of them?
Why I need
man?
5
Like,
booster shots?
how that
come
makes
on,
sense?
back to back too. Like, come on, man.
Right.
Like,
that makes sense.
It's wild, man. We already know
And
that.
my thing is, when at the beginning of the pandemic and everything, y'all talking about y'all had no clue what was going on. Y'all never seen nothing like this. But in 6 months, y'all got a vaccine for it.
that quick. Like you already had it ready, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you already had it.
No,
And the way they was trying to force it down everybody's throat.
Right.
Cause when did the pandemic start? That was like at the end of 19, wasn't it?
You get
No,
towards
no,
the
no,
beginning.
no,
No,
Corona hit.
Kobe had died the same week. Man.
Corona hit at the end of 19. Like
That's
around
what I'm saying.
Around Christmas. No, the pandemic didn't start till
All right, but look,
March.
this is what I'm saying.
Like
No, it was
February,
St.
March.
Patty's Day.
Yeah.
It was exactly same. It was
But
St.
look,
Patrick's
look,
Day.
this is what
They
I'm
They
shut
shut down the bar.
parade. Yep.
This is what I'm saying. I was just
He
talking
got work
to.
that day.
I was just talking to. No, I remember I was at the fucking casino and they was kicking niggas out the casino like,
Yeah,
They shut shit
shut
down.
outside down.
and I'm
I
like,
remember
damn,
that.
this shit. They shut the casino
Niggas
down.
had
Niggas
to
can't gamble.
Niggas
This
had to
shit.
sneak to go get haircuts, bro.
No, that's a
Like,
fact.
for real, like,
That
what was that? The
basement.
close all the windows up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if they come in here, just say we gambling, bro. We just in here having a gather. Turn the clippers off.
The reason why I asked that though, because I was getting my hair braided by my stylist today. Shout out to Cavalry Styles. She be killing it. But we was talking about the pandemic, and I was saying that I never had this shit. But if I did have this shit, it was right there at the end of 2019, after the holiday season, when everybody was getting sick as fuck.
Man. I ain't get sick,
But it wasn't a thing yet. Niggas just thought they just got sick. You know what I mean? And you know that holiday food probably got something to do with it too. But that's another conversation.
It's flu season, right? You know what I'm saying?
That's another conversation.
And Corona was the flu.
But I was saying that
it just was more contagious.
I probably got that shit, and I ain't gonna lie, I was sick as fuck, but it was for like 2 days, and then I got over that shit.
That's how it was.
And then that shit never bothered me for the rest of the whole hoopla of the pandemic and shit. You know what I mean? And I wasn't on no protocol shit like, oh, let me stay in the house, let me wear my mask. I was that nigga where niggas be mad like, put your mask on. I'm like, man, fuck that shit. I was still traveling. I went to fucking Houston 3 times. Miami, fucking I was outside, bro, and I was good. I feel like whatever that Corona shit was, my body took that shit in and beat that shit up.
Got it up out the way.
And now I'm good.
And you ain't dead.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I know way more motherfuckers than died from bullet wounds. You know what I'm saying? From getting shot. I know way more motherfuckers than died from car accidents. You know what I'm saying? And the good thing, that's the pandemic that we going through. We've been going through a pandemic with drugs. We got zombies walking around our streets. And we used to it. It's normal for a mother. It's just a crackhead just getting naked in the street or doing whatever. Like this shit. Why we used to it in our community? We under a pandemic, but we just not acknowledging it as a pandemic because the news ain't sitting up telling us, hey yo, it's a pandemic inside y'all community.
No, fact.
They can sit up and tell us, yo, wear a face mask. It's a pandemic. Be scared to go outside because it's Corona out there. But all the while, there's been machine guns out there.
But the thing is, if it affects just our people, it's business as usual for them.
Exactly.
That's what the system is designed to do to try to destroy us.
They pushing a certain type of music to us. You know what I'm saying? They pushing a certain type of, like you can rap about killing and robbing the ops, and the ops will be another black man, but you damn sure ain't gonna say nothing about no Jews.
No, as soon as you say something about them,
you know what I'm saying?
Even when Jay-Z was saying positive shit about him and about the Jews in 444, they still tight. Like we bigging y'all up, saying y'all.
And we the original Jews.
No, that's
God forbid you spit game like that. On some Kyrie Irving type shit, they about ready to let you.
They crucified.
Yeah, they about ready to let you.
You already got
you know what I mean?
Really definitely got slandered for that. Speaking of Kyrie, he got a shoe deal.
Oh yeah.
Shoe deal. Did they release the name of the sneaker yet? I didn't see that. All right.
It's called the Original Jews 12.
Hey, you need to call Kyrie and let him know, bro. You wanted something. You wanted something.
But he definitely progressing despite it all. And so, real quick,
them bitches look decent though.
No, they are. No, they look like the Kyrie.
Sticking to the league, Jaylen Brown.
Oh my God.
Just signed the richest contract in NBA history.
For no reason.
A record
killing him.
$304 million, $100 million, not million, just 100.
He's selfish like me because I'll be like, I don't give a fuck who I'm blocking from getting on this team.
And is he even the best player on this team?
No. Jason Tatum is.
So I saw a little clip today. Austin Rivers, not Doc Rivers. And he was saying how, like, really, he wasn't really speaking. He was about the trade demand. So I don't want to get both these things mixed up, right? But this is where these contracts are going. And so, and then I want to relate that to this because I was watching a few things on YouTube yesterday, and a lot of these reporters are vehemently saying that Donovan Mitchell will not stay in Cleveland past his contract. And so, you know how I am, and I just rush to decisions. So if you basically what the NBA needs to do is, if you got a team in Cleveland, Detroit, Atlanta, Orlando, just get rid of your teams. There's no point of it being any teams outside New York, Chicago, Boston, Houston, because nobody want to play nowhere else. If everybody want to just fucking play in New York, just get rid of the NBA.
Everybody want to play in Atlanta.
Well, my thing is, how does that work?
I have no idea. Like he said,
no disrespect.
He said they should trade Donovan this year, right now.
We get an asterisk.
Brooklyn
Nobody
tried it.
will be in Cleveland.
Brooklyn
if you
tried
born
it
here,
twice.
Man.
I'm trying to tell you, like,
Yeah, the first time, yeah.
Even most folk who born here
yeah,
started.
motherfuckers is born here be trying to get out.
Man.
Brooklyn tried it twice. It
They
failed.
tried twice.
LA just started getting back because I think the GOAT of NBA basketball
Yeah,
is
because
there now.
that was an NBA purgatory.
If
for
Brian,
years.
Brian can go to Utah,
Right,
motherfuckers
they
niggas
weren't
be
very
wanting to go to
good.
Utah.
It's up.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Brian could go to Utah and motherfuckers would be like, yo, let me send me to
The
the
Clippers had Lob City. Well, how did that work out?
trash.
Now they got PG and Kawhi. How that's looking?
Slow.
LAJB team.
Now they trying to get James Harden. Or they ain't really trying to, but James trying to go.
Your other team, Houston. They ain't cracked it since the '90s. So
And that's what I'm saying.
They
It's
got
like,
players humping each other in Houston.
yeah,
We're not going back to that.
But no, but
You
like,
already touched on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I'm just
Right.
like if you a fanatic of your local team, if you a casual player, and this is another reason why I think viewership is down 80%, like that study came out that we talked about a few weeks ago, is because there's no, you really can't be a fan no more because your team's gonna suck every 4 to 6 years out of a 10-year decade.
But look,
Or if you Sacramento, you're gonna suck for 2 decades.
hey, two things come to mind, right? Number one is it's the small markets that really build a lot of these brands, especially in the NFL. When you think about Green Bay, you think about spots like, I hate to say it, but Pittsburgh, and small towns like that, shit, they got the best fan base.
even y'all.
Yeah, us too. I ain't want to be, you know.
No, Cleveland.
But yeah, got the
I
best
didn't want to be a
fucking
hard
fan
base.
base. Yeah, got the best. And even though niggas blow down on Cleveland,
Even when
Cleveland
they lose,
is
they
a
gonna
great
rock with them.
city,
They gonna
especially
rock with
for fucking sports.
Especially for football.
It's a
And-
football town.
No, for
It
sure.
really is.
We built football. North East Ohio built football. That's us. We on. Why you think that shit in
The whole 45
We
minutes
built
away.
that shit. No disrespect to nobody. We built that shit.
We need a fucking dome. That's what we fucking need.
That's another. That mayor y'all voted in.
But
he don't want that shit.
no. Y'all need to win for y'all to get it done. Don't
Man.
get it done when that bitch throwing interceptions.
Detroit got it done. But hold on. We just got this shine. You gotta protect your investment.
Shit, he gotta show something first though.
No, but so he gotta be.
He done been away for a while, man. Then he came back. He was looking mad.
He's
rusty.
still shaking the rust off.
Yeah, he's still shaking. But some motherfuckers shake the rest off.
But I agree with you, EB. I've been an advocate for small market teams forever. Like, cause I hate turning on FS1, ESPN, CBS Sports, whatever, and all y'all want to talk about is Dallas, LA, and New York. Kansas City running football right now.
Bruh, and even though it's still football,
Y'all want to talk about the Chargers all the time. Chargers ain't won a playoff game in like 2 decades.
and they fans suck. Before the Rams won the Super Bowl was competitive, nobody was coming to them fucking games.
Because niggas going
Same
to the
thing with the
club,
Miami
bro. We're not
Dolphins.
about to
Yeah,
sit
them
up and
niggas
watch
like,
this
fuck
nigga.
this
These
shit, we
niggas
about to go
lose,
kick
bro.
it.
We about to get some damn
We to the beach.
rooftop party.
Yeah, we to the beach.
We not-
Like I'm
They
saying,
go down 2 touchdowns or they go down 20
Chris
points in a
Brown got
basketball
rooftop
game.
party.
Niggas is out of there, bro. Let's go kick it. Let's go
LA,
focus on hoes.
Right.
LA
Chris
lost
Brown
to
got
Rams
rooftop
twice.
party.
Right.
They lost to Raiders twice. At least once they lost to Raiders. They done lost teams a whole lot. So I mean, just I understand that the market size, because per capita there's more people per square mile. I get that. But
These
I mean,
blue collar silly
you-
spending bread to support these teams.
yeah, so he basically said, you know, we just being logical. As a Cavs fan, I'm fucking pissed off. Like I want to call Donovan Mitchell, like, yo, bro, like, what's the deal?
But before you call, see, this is another thing I want to tell them. Before you call
But
Donovan
they
Man,
Mitchell,
come out his mouth though.
How-
But this
Yeah,
what
that's
they
what I'm saying.
said.
It's a rumor. He
but
ain't
that's my
saying
thing.
it.
How true is this statement?
Oh, he's gonna
'Cause-
spin it and say when he's asked this question, because this is Brian Windhorst, because he was asked this shit before when he was in Utah. He's gonna spin it and sound professional, like he doesn't want to do it all the while. How the fuck do you know, Brian?
These media people always try to act like they all type of these players, and they really
Hell
not.
yeah.
Stephen A. trying to act like that with Allen Iverson and shit.
Hell yeah. He
And
got all the
KD, and remember
interviews
KD
with
checked
him.
his ass like, bro, I ain't say that. I ain't tell you that shit.
Like,
You
come
make
on,
your
bro.
shit
Like,
up.
they be lying. They be capped out to try to, you know what I mean, boost it like yeah, I got the
Yeah.
source.
But
Windhorst is
I'm
a
not
turd.
nigga.
The only reason why people don't know who the fuck Brian Windhorst is because of LeBron James.
No, facts though. Yeah. Because he wouldn't talk bad about him.
At all.
And he recorded a documentary on it.
The nigga went from
Something
the
like
Akron
that, you know
Beacon
what I'm
Journal to ESPN,
follow
and he
him.
think he know every fucking thing.
Facts.
But you know who I fuck with though? I fuck with Woj though. Woj, whatever his name is.
Oh,
W.O.J.
Brian.
Yeah, he be having the first, he be first on it though, like
But he's an insider. He's an insider.
He inside for sure.
The agents and the GMs.
Yeah.
So he's an
Yeah,
insider.
he
I believe if he ain't saying I ain't buying it.
If Donovan Mitchell ain't saying I ain't buying it, I don't care who say
But I
that
got a
shit.
Well, that's Woj
I
saying.
got a
Woj
question for
saying.
y'all. If everybody want to go to all these markets and everything, when's the last time other than I want to say, last big market team was.
We got San Francisco.
LA.
So you got
I mean that just started booming.
Shit,
Okay.
LA, Golden State.
San Fran just started booming.
I mean,
Other than who was talking about San Francisco before the Warriors started going on this run?
nobody.
drafted.
Nobody.
And the Corey drafted.
Never.
Nobody exactly.
Except for
except for KD, except for the move for KD. Other than that, that's all homegrown
Sleeping on
talent.
Baron Davis and Jason Richardson, they had a cold ass
This is
team.
the championship.
I'm talking about championships. Other than okay, I
We
give you San
definitely
Fran.
respect that
And-
Warriors
and-
team.
and the Lakers.
Cold ass squad. That team.
Name another big city. Until Brian went to Miami, what was Miami doing?
Fumbling.
Shit, no.
won in
They won with Wade and Shaq.
That was 2006.
That was 06 they
It's
won.
about to be 2026.
Then they won when they got Bron. Then they won.
But that's what I'm
But
saying.
the Lakers was dominating. It was like Lakers, San Antonio, Lakers.
But that's it.
early
That's it.
And in
New York.
I'm
Detroit
talking
got
about
'em
San
right
Antonio,
here.
small market.
Right.
Detroit, small market.
But don't they realize that? I mean, like the owner, he's a Dolan in New York. People don't like him. So I get Donovan. If Donovan goes to New York, maybe it's with the Nets, but he ain't going to the Knicks. KD and Kyrie said, "Fuck you" to the Knicks.
That's what I was about to say. When's a big free agent went? When's the last time a big free agent went to the Knicks?
When they drafted Patrick Ewing.
They definitely drafted.
Oh, the Trail
John
Sprewell?
Starks. John Starks.
Or maybe Allen Houston.
Sprewell choked the coach. And got
It's right.
Shout out to Sprewell. Hey,
I mean, so
Coach
like,
Custer had a Latrell Sprewell.
Yeah, Melo was a trade. They don't attract free
Melo,
agents
yeah,
all
Melo,
like that.
yeah.
And you kicking
JR.
Charles Oakley out the
Hold on,
building.
JR. They got JR.
He was a part of the trade. That was that Melo trade.
That was the Melo trade.
Yeah. So, but back to
Bro, hold on. New York fumbled though. They had their chance to get Donovan, and they didn't want to give up R.J. Barrett.
and Quentin Grimes.
Crazy.
And-
And they looking back, kicking themselves.
Jalen Brunson holding shit down, man. Ain't no room over there. And then my thing is, if Donovan ain't saying or Wojnarowski, I ain't entertain that shit. We all know the Cleveland media. I mean, the media, the big media got something against Cleveland. Anytime we got any talented or star player, they want that
They
motherfucker
trying to
out
put
of
some shit
there.
in the game,
They-
man. And from the outside looking in, it look like Donovan happy to me, man. I mean, he doing a lot of charity work. He
Yeah.
walking around with
He going to the high school basketball games.
man. He look like he happy.
We got an up and coming squad.
Y'all
Like,
gotta
come on, man.
realize that he left Utah, which was racist as shit. And he told him, he was like, yo, like, I gotta get up out of Utah. It's not related to basketball. You hear what I'm saying? So, and then, like, coming to Cleveland, probably was rough as fresh air. He like, yo, I
For
gotta-
sure.
He like it here.
They
But back to
love
He had a career
Jalen
year
Brown. real quick.
outside the playoffs.
But let's get back to Jalen Brown because I kind of like him on the tangent. So the $304 million, right? I think Tatum's extension
That's a
is
grip, bro.
Tatum's
Getting Pat
extension is
Mahomes
next
money.
year.
That's
They
motivating.
get Pat Mahomes money.
So they're gonna have probably 40 to 50% of their salary cap invested in two players.
Crazy, man.
Jackson up for what? His 310?
310.
Them players don't really want to win more than they want to get paid.
Damn.
I just
That's all it is.
600?
I can't be mad at him,
But this is where it's
that's just
going.
what it is, though.
right. This is where it's
Like, bro, we can't get nobody else, my nigga. After we pay you
Oh,
this,
so this is
ain't
basically
nobody else we
what
can make a move.
this is basically what Austin Rivers had to say. He was like, you know, he wasn't hating, like, okay, get your bag, whatever. But he was like, he said, you know, you got vets. Let's just take a decent NBA vet right now. I don't know. No, not old, not that old. let's just say, I'm trying to think this right off the top of my head. Let's just like say an Eric Gordon. He just signed with the Suns for a vet minimum. He's really a mid-level exception kind of player. But the teams aren't even willing to pay them that no more. So he's saying guys is really like in the middle and that second to third, that third to fourth tier that could get that 12, 15 million a year. They can't even get it because the teams want to give them the bare minimum because they didn't gave all the draws to the other two players. And so he was like, it's kind of fucking up the game. as well as you mentioned, the forcing your way out, Ben Simmons and James Harden. He said as a player, I gotta agree with that because he's like, yeah, it's messing up the game, it's messing up the product on the floor.
And Don, would you say
And they low managing.
would you say is that part of the reason why it's not a lot of vets in the game?
I don't like that long
Because of
management.
the way the money is being proportioned?
Yes.
That could be real
Yeah.
also. So much money being handed out to these
Man,
young
the
superstars.
politics and the money.
Ain't no vet, ain't no money left for all the vets.
The politics and the money fuck up every sport, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Always.
Like that's why a lot of these athletes, you think like you should be happy, bro. Like, but they be upset because the money done took the love of the game away from them. You know what I'm saying? Like Kyrie and shit like that. Like they on the floor, they like, yo, I'm not even happy out here no more. It's like a job now.
I hear a lot of rap artists say that shit too. Like they love the art and creating the music, but it's the business,
It's the business.
that make this shit a headache.
And then there's people that don't even really love the shit like you do. They're running.
And they just in it for the
And
money.
they just in it for the
Yeah.
money. They don't
So-
even listen to rap. They never picked up a basketball or football. They never.
No, that's real.
If they did, they fumbled before they even picked that bitch up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they sitting there and got that position. And then just another thing, man.
Playing JV in their senior year.
This another thing. Why do we got the majority of the
Wasn't
NFL is
starting.
black? The majority of the NFL black. Majority of the NBA black. I'm talking about the players. Is no black owners in neither one. Jordan just sold his squad.
NFL got one.
Who?
Magic. Yep.
Well, yeah, Magic just got
Okay, so yeah,
one. We
let's
just got
so
one.
let's dig into that
So,
real
like,
quick. I'm
yo,
glad you brought that up, right? So Daniel Snyder, we talking about a laundry list of allegations. This motherfucker
They
here
got a rap sheet.
is one of the
They got a rap
most
sheet.
dirtiest people in the world.
He ain't the only one. He just the only one that got caught.
They got caught, okay.
Oh,
But I mean, for all his adversity, he got rewarded with $604 billion. Let's find out what his investment was. But Magic Johnson
He
is
bought
one.
the team in 2000, I believe.
Let me see.
99 or 2000. One of them.
The then Redskins in 1999 for a cool $800 million.
Damn. That nigga came up, bro. That's a big flip.
So he plus, let's just say he plus, was it 6.4 billion? So he plus 5.2, 5.7, 5.8, 5.4, excuse me, billion. He just came up. But he got Deshaun Watson like allegations. He got racial allegations. He got all kinds of allegations.
You gotta remember what he is.
White percent. Not just white.
He rich and white.
You're pony.
rich
there you
white.
go.
You're pony.
Got the
Get the combo.
got the complexion to make the connection. Look
Right.
at Jerry Jones.
It's a whole different.
He could be. Look at Jerry
Look what
Jones.
happened with John Gruden. He white.
Look what
Got his
happened
ass
with
on the body here.
But
And
rich.
then Jerry Jones.
Well, hold on. He wasn't wealthy.
Hey, you right.
And then
Rich.
you had Uncle Tom nigga sitting up defending Jerry Jones like Michael Irvin. He wouldn't have come to your case, nigga. When one was talking about you was raping them and all types of shit, you was snorting coke and having parties with prostitutes. And he was like
Smashing the
Jerry
snow
Jones
bunny.
said, "Who the fuck is Michael Irvin?" But now we got a picture of this nigga Jerry Jones sitting there talking about no niggas inside this school, and me and my clique is gonna block him. You did what I'm saying? The '60s, black and white, right? And you coming out talking about Jerry ain't like that. What you mean he ain't like that? That's him right there. He said that was him. And he was a freshman in high school.
He's allowed to grow.
He done grew from a freshman to high school.
He's
Now
allowed to
he's
grow.
not.
He
Now
doesn't have
he
those
doesn't.
same
He's not a
ideologies
racist
anymore.
anymore.
He's allowed to grow as a person.
Well, you know what? But karma is, a bitch because he ain't won nothing in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So,
And to his detriment.
But he's still making that bread off of niggas, though.
well,
You know what I mean?
okay.
Winning is the smallest thing. Like we look at it like it's a big thing, but when you
But
talk
when
about
you
the
the
owner,
Cowboys,
You
you
the
know what I'm
owner.
saying? Like they about to have Errol Spence in the Bud Coffee fight, and they was thinking about taking it to Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
But they was like, no, we're gonna go in Vegas because MGM, that's a smaller venue. We can sell these tickets for like $2,000 pop.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like rather than big ass,
Maximize,
you can
yeah.
maximize it. But that's a hot commodity right there. Concerts be going on and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen, the money, everybody talk about the money he spent on that stadium. He done made that shit back tenfold.
$5
For
million.
sure.
Right.
And when you think about an owner, they not in the wins and losses. Yeah, if you winning, you might make a little bit more money and shit like that. but they win regardless. Y'all niggas lost. I'm still winning, nigga. I'm winning.
What was the bottom
They
line?
didn't have to pick up a weight.
Don't have to do no
They didn't have to
practice.
take a hit.
Nothing.
They didn't have to do nothing.
What Raw say? Jerry Jones money, nigga. You a running back. Them running backs come. Emmitt Smith ain't relevant no more.
And then we never had
No
a
matter
black,
how great he was.
we never had a black commissioner. NBA, NFL, we never had a black commissioner. Like, what's going on? Where's our ownership at? But
That
we
job
run this
ain't
shit.
never gonna be
That,
right.
but
You know what I'm
but
saying?
that's the
But,
thing.
but we got too many athletes that's making too much money. That y'all can just all get together and say, man, fuck this shit, man. Let's start our own something.
No,
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like,
Well, Ice Cube has, and
but
you
that's
know,
not enough though.
I
It
feel
is.
And it's really, it's like a gimmick.
It's a great
sometimes.
start,
It
but
is.
he
kinda
can't
a gimmick
even
though,
get
man.
he can't even
No, for
get
sure
the
it is.
back end that he really needs because the NBA throwing him shade anyway.
And it can't take it's a gimmick.
And,
You got
and,
niggas
and the
that's
thing
thinking
is,
that-
if
in that
people don't know,
respect.
he was trying to sell a part of it to the NBA.
Right.
They
He
give him
said
10% for free
he's
on
we,
GP.
NBA said we don't believe in that shit. That shit gonna be dead in about 2-3 years.
And it's not
And
though.
it
And that
ain't.
shit booming.
But
But
like
at
you
the
said,
same
like you
time,
said,
it's
it's
good
kind of a
basketball.
gimmick.
And that's why they
No,
hating on it
it
even
is.
more
It's
now.
better than N1.
Yes.
But you comparing gimmicks to gimmicks though, like go
I don't
Globe
really
Trotters.
think, I don't think it's a gimmick because these are professional Batman, like Gilbert Arenas, got Gilbert Arenas out there and shit. They got
But
like,
that nigga
X
old
Pro.
as shit though.
I get that though. They can still play, and it's a product.
Oh, for sure.
Niggas watch it. I watch
It's
it.
scalable, but I feel what
But
you're
they
saying
don't
because
compete with the
it's not
NBA,
it's
yeah.
not something they can rival the NBA.
Yeah,
And
like-
Ice Cube been saying it. He said the NBA is throwing shade on me and blocking my business and trying to tell people don't support that shit and not get TV contracts to him and shit like that because they feel like it's competing with the NBA. But he like, we not competing with y'all. We play our brand of basketball is different. We got a 4-point shot.
But the NBA
it's
did
3-on-3.
The NBA did that with the ABA.
But they won't even
You know what I'm
they
saying?
won't even support the WNBA the way they need to.
Because they ain't in booty shorts, dog.
And-
Like all they had to do was simply put them.
And quite frankly,
put them women in booty shorts and have them.
yeah.
You know, lower the
that's the
basket
thing. They
down a
all
little bit.
don't swing
Get
the
some
right
belts
way
to
though.
it.
But no,
Hey,
but
that shit
in
reads. I
terms
ain't
of the
gonna fake
bottom,
it.
If you lower
tiny
if
too.
you
I ain't
lower
gonna
the
fake
rim
it.
down to an 8-foot rim and you put them in booty shorts,
What's
you
the
gonna
tiny
get.
tops?
I'm gonna watch
gonna be a
it.
yes.
I'm gonna watch it.
I watch the fuck
they
out of
play
that.
better basketball.
And not
They
even know
play-
who won.
I'm gonna watch it.
They
not even know who won
Oh
either.
God, no scouting digging.
But that them simple changes will bring the male audience, and then the females already don't support that shit.
Fact.
Right, facts.
And
They don't go
shout out
to
to
the
my little
game.
cousin. He got into an argument on Twitter one
How many
time.
women you know like sports though?
Oh
A lot of
But
women-
hold on, this is what I'm about to get. Hold on, this is what I'm about to get into.
Especially
BB.
black women.
My little cousin got into an argument on Twitter with a female about the WNBA because he said the exact same thing that y'all just said. How y'all gonna blow down on the men for not supporting this shit and y'all don't? I ain't seen a woman walking no Candace Parker or no motherfucking Skylar Diggins jerseys.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They
Y'all
wore-
ain't sitting courtside at none of them games.
No, they wore the Jordan dress though,
That's that woman.
jersey dress. But I ain't see Candace Parker.
What's the girl Reese
Jersey
they
dress.
from LSU?
Yeah.
She got a
Good
following
point.
though. But that's it.
But why though?
That's it. Cause she
What-
fine
'cause
as
she-
shit. No?
That and she on Instagram.
Yeah,
They don't give a fuck about how she hoops.
They ain't watch her game. They just
She
watching the
Instagram,
highlights
they
on
just
IG.
watch it. Exactly. They don't
just
watch
watching
the game.
highlights on IG, man.
Ain't nobody supporting. Y'all gotta support that shit.
But it's boring, bro. It's
Bro,
boring.
which
I don't want to
cousin-
see layup drills, dog. I could go watch a middle school game, dog. Like, it's
No
not,
facts. I
like,
know.
I don't want to see.
We can go
this
watch
shit.
Guy Hoop, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
I hear you. So I asked them because we've talked about this topic before, and I asked them the same question up here. If you had a daughter and she hooped, would you feel the same way?
No, because that's biased. So I'm gonna go watch my baby.
I'm a beater. If that's
So
what
how
I
you
keep.
think them dads and everybody and all them kids supporting when you say they shit born?
They shouldn't give a fuck if they get paid.
And that's their kid too, so they should still be there to support.
But they
no
not
matter
happy with the pay though. They feel like they should be closer to the
They
man.
shouldn't,
But
though.
it's like your business
You not-
don't boom
you
like
don't
that.
boom like
It's
that.
not even a gender
And then
thing.
you're not even as
It's not
talented.
really a gender thing.
Not even this top. Yeah,
If,
exactly.
if,
It's a
if,
business
if the
thing.
company you work for not bringing in that type of revenue,
It's a
how
business
can you
thing.
demand something?
How?
Exactly.
It don't make sense. We're not even making this.
How
We
you-
don't pay
how-
y'all more than we make.
It is a younger league. I mean, they 25 years old. NBA is 75.
Do it take how long did it take the NBA to get a Magic Johnson or a Wilt Chamberlain?
Well,
that was
We ain't
30
seen
years
that.
ago.
I was 40 years ago,
40.
and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson saved the NBA.
Well, maybe ain't what's
You
the
know,
what's the
because-
white girl?
Because them games
Maybe
were on-
Angel Reese and the
them
chick from
games were
Iowa
on,
can just
yeah,
say the WNBA.
What's her name?
Uh,
Fuck, Katie something, ain't it?
Delayed television. Delayed
Yeah,
TV.
delayed. What's her name?
The white girl?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cam Clark?
Katie
Yeah,
Clark.
Katie Clark.
Maybe she can spice that bitch up.
Well, she white, so they were rooting for her. Like,
Yeah, so
they were
she
heartbroken
definitely
when
gonna
she
spice
lost.
and when you think about it, they kind of building a rivalry like Magic and Bird had
Facts.
in a sense.
Yeah, and then they play it on a race card because they know that this is
Yeah.
how you get the people going in America, especially.
No,
like,
for
they
sure.
gonna
So-
ride on.
But it's a younger game, and you know, I think it's a good product. It's like it's during the summertime.
Can be a good product.
Man, we was part of an event called Buns and Basketball.
Oh, that shit.
Bro, that shit
no,
was
I
so
follow that
lit.
page.
It was so
Bro,
distracting.
I ain't never watched girls play basketball so intensely.
It's sexual.
And
That's why I was. That's why I
and
was
the crazy
hating.
thing is they weren't just out there doing this. They was in that motherfucker like
But
they was like really
We left our
hooping.
table like 10 times.
But like, bro, like they celebrations was lit because they would make a layup and then they get to
Oh,
twerking and
everybody
shit.
started clapping.
And everybody
it was
paused the
amazing.
game and
That's
let
what
them
I'm saying.
twerk.
I
I think
never-
it was some spray and some foam or something.
I
too.
never
I
went
don't
to-
remember.
I never went to Hooters because of the chicken wings. I never went to the Tilted Kilt because of the nachos.
Man, for real.
It was butt cheek out.
For real.
That was $1
Boobies.
too.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Let me play opposing
And it's not-
advocate. Let
They
me
not
play
really
opposing
trying to make
advocate
money.
though.
that's what I'm saying. though. That's the only reason
Let
why.
me say
though.
opposing advocate though. Women gonna say, well, that's degrading. Why can't y'all just respect us for the craft?
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Y'all not good. I'm sorry. Like,
I mean,
y'all
shaking your
y'all
legs.
not better. Y'all not better than Bron.
No,
y'all
they
not better than
not. But we
Kyrie.
can't even compare them to
I
that.
ain't saying y'all not
But
good. I'm just saying y'all not on that level. Like,
that you can't do that because that's like it's woman to man. You can't do that because we're genetically superior
Different,
to them
yes,
and athletic.
exactly,
So
yeah.
you can't expect to see what you see from Kyrie, LeBron, and KD, and then turn on the WNBA game.
and look
You're
at
not
Brittany
gonna-
Griner.
You're
Like,
not
you
gonna
know
see
what I'm
Asia Wilson and Chelsea Gray doing what they doing. It's a whole different game.
Like even the dunks you get from Brittany Griner, it's like she's just barely making that shit, and she right at the rim. Like,
But I just think that, to your point, that women need to start supporting the game. If y'all think
facts.
that men don't support it enough, well, y'all start supporting it.
Exactly.
Oh, for sure. Lead the way.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Show us.
Y'all say y'all can lead. Y'all want to lead. It's your opportunity.
When we had a team here, I went to several games.
I did
They
too.
was free, dog.
No, I paid. I paid some
You
money.
didn't even have to, dog.
I did. I paid some money, and I
Niggas doing it in
I
Rockets
said
game.
closer than I ever said in an NBA
The
game,
Rockers.
and I had a good ass time. And so I think it's a good product. It's just
It
it
doesn't-
doesn't.
yeah.
It's
It's
not
got potential.
supported by.
They just need me to run it.
Like they out here fighting for Leah Thomas, who was a transgender swimmer. They fighting for that shit rather than fighting for the actual.
That's real.
Man,
You said it
No,
right there.
for real.
Man,
So-
Cause that's sick. You
He,
know what I'm saying?
he plays 400 against the
Shit's
men,
not fair.
but when he go to the girls' side, he number one. It don't make,
Like
it don't make sense.
they letting
Yeah,
Joanna
that's
man
why.
in track and
Right.
shit. They letting
That's
Joanna
why.
man.
Yeah.
We gonna
This shit
call
is
Carmelo
unbelievable.
Anthony, and he goes to WNBA, and LeBron James, and they go to WNBA.
Because really, when you think
put on the
about
ball
it,
game.
Bruce Jenner was like mad late. He should have did sex change back when he was in the Olympics. He would have motherfucking been like,
He'd have been. That's the only
Would have been the one right there.
he mad late. Like doing this shit now,
It's your
like for reality
opportunity.
TV. Nigga, you should have did this for the Olympics. Nigga,
He'd have been a
America was
pioneer.
I think that's
dominating.
He was probably the first phase to get out of the gym though.
Man.
Oh,
Man,
for sure.
Shit crazy.
Look what happened. He won Woman of the Year,
Yeah, that's egregious.
How the fuck? I didn't even
you
know
know
that
that was
women
a
of the
thing.
year.
Courage Award, like
Courage. Like nigga, you
because
cut
he
your dick off.
don't want a dick no more.
Because he got money and got bored.
That's insanity.
No,
man.
man, they still be
Crazy.
having that Peter Wacker, man. They just
Is it tough? I don't even want to know.
I don't know. You know,
I don't even
all right,
know. Pause.
Pause.
I
I don't
don't
even
know.
want to know, K.
Man.
But,
Bruce.
whatever.
Sheldon,
They still want to penetrate a woman. They just want to
It
look like
probably
one,
was
too.
never there.
But all right, look.
Yeah, I
All
don't know
right.
what
Mama
to
named him Bruce. I'm gonna call him Bruce.
So what do y'all think about this? So that school up north, the coach is being suspended for 4 games. I guess because he bought the kids cheeseburgers or something like that.
Can't do that,
So
man.
he's suspended
Suspend
for
his
4
ass.
games.
Buying cheeseburgers for a
But
regular
by the
football
same
coach.
rationale, you know, Jim Truscott was asked to resign. How y'all feel about that? Like they even you know what I'm saying, give Jim a chance. You know what I'm saying? They ain't suspend him for a couple of games. They just told him to resign. And y'all
Which
was
Jim?
like,
They both named Jim.
Tressel.
Okay.
Ohio State.
Sweater vest.
Sweater vest, yeah. Championship, national championship winner, Jim Tressel. Like, so you know, like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I thought it was. That's a good point on this Twitter story.
I mean, so obviously I ought to be biased because I don't fuck with them boys.
Of course, be
but on the real tip, like, what's wrong with feeding
Can't do
the
it.
kids you mentoring? Like, what's the big deal with
You're
that?
a coach. I mean, you're designed to teach your kids and help them. I mean, if you showing them and leading by example, you give them some food because they put in hard work, that shouldn't be a problem.
I don't think it's a problem. Like,
Yeah, what I'm saying, like,
niggas hungry, buddy.
Okay,
No,
so
yeah.
here, so we just talked about it. The NFL,
Some dumb
the
shit.
wealthy club. I think the NCAA again.
Are the
No,
biggest
yeah,
thugs
no,
in the
for
world.
sure.
Man, they take your
for
whole
sure.
likeness and put it in a video game and don't give you shit. And if they find out that you signed autographs for $5, you get the fuck out.
And that's the
Because they ain't
problem.
getting cut. They cut out of it. You know what I'm saying? Which is 100%. They cut. It's got to be 100%.
Their lives are problem.
But this is what I'm saying. We're going back in the circle. If Brian sit up right now and be like, yo, let me get with Jay-Z. Let me get with a billionaire. Let me get with Diddy, billionaire. Diddy, billionaire. Let me get with Rihanna's a billionaire. She's partners with Jay-Z. It's so many different. It's so many different billionaires. If I get with like at least 2, 3 of them, let's start a league to where it's like, yo, you don't have to go to the NCAA. You can come to this league. And them kids grew up looking at Bron like he's God. He's GOAT.
It's going whole weight.
Man, they gonna say, fuck that university. I'm going to this Bron league where all the time, and then next thing you know, once you start getting all the main attractions, the scouts are gonna come and sit down and watch.
Oh, for sure.
And they gonna say, yo, you know what? That guy right there, we gonna draft him. And then now you set up like, okay, we got salaries for this team. We got this, that, and the third. We gonna pay people accordingly to their skill. Because the people in the NCAA talking about, oh, how we gonna pay everybody? We can't pay them all the same. No, motherfucker, you pay them based on their skill. Pay them based on what you know what I'm saying?
But that's the
You gotta pay these kids something because they risking their health.
They are. At the college level.
They look at what just happened with Bron's son.
Exactly.
He just collapsed on the court of a heart attack, dog, and he might not. His career might be over with. He
Trying
ain't
to
get
make
paid nothing. He should have had a contract with USC.
Well, he's different because
He's different because he got come from a billionaire.
I'm not even talking about he got money outside of his father because he's just signed an NIL deal with Gatorade.
Oh yeah, that's
But
true.
I'm talking about the average kid, though.
PSV.
Oh, I hear you for the average
it's a-
kid.
it's a-
but
it's a lot of players
but
that, like,
people, I'm just giving you pushback because
they
people
broke
gonna
their leg,
people gonna say
you
to
know
you
what I mean?
because Bronny is part of that class that you're not talking about. You talking about the people underneath him. He's different. Like
He won already. He was born.
he like
right.
he like kids that go to Alabama. Like kids that go to Alabama to play football. They're getting NIL deals because they go to play football at Alabama. Like we talking about the kids that go to Middle Tennessee State and Jackson State and stuff like that. Bronny was gonna be good regardless. Not even just from his father. He in LA. Bron's son. So the deals for him was coming out of the wazoo. Like so he was good. Just like Deion Sanders' kid, good.
But I'm talking about the kids that like they go.
I know what
college.
you talking about, but we
And
can't
they might
use
get
him as an
injured.
example because
You know what I'm saying? But that's just I can't off the top of my head think of nobody that really got hurt recently in college that was really nice. Though,
But we
you
know
what
what
I'm saying?
happens though.
Yeah.
We know what happens.
And we know that like people get their career shortened once they make it to the league, like Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
He spent a year in Memphis that he could have been playing the league possibly. You know what I'm saying?
And the same thing with the NFL running back situation. There's a lot of them running backs, a lot of wear and tear in college.
I'm telling you. Like
And then once they get to the league, they got a short window to
It's like,
capitalize.
what's the average span of a career in the NFL as a running back position? Like 2 years?
Yeah,
a couple
2 years.
A couple years? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why am I wasting time taking hits? I mean, they hit just as hard. They more hungrier. They gonna hit harder, probably.
Oh, for sure.
They hungry.
They got something to prove.
Yeah, they out there trying to make the league. You taking all this shit. You going into workouts. You hear what I'm saying? You lifting weights like crazy. You doing drills like crazy. You putting in work.
Can't get no cheeseburgers.
I can't even sign an autograph.
No, you can't buy
Can't get no
cheeseburgers.
cheeseburgers
I
either.
can't even motherfucking take a picture and sell it.
Can't
You
buy
sell it.
cheeseburgers.
And if I do, you gonna annex me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right, and then real quick,
Crazy.
just staying with the Buckeyes real quick. So, of course, football season starts. College football season, that is just weeks away. And, just talking about the Buckeyes, a lot of people want Ryan Day's head, especially if he don't beat Michigan this year.
he's gone.
Is that a fireable offense?
Yeah.
For sure.
So when did you win the chip?
He did.
They lose in Michigan, and then he go out there and win a national championship.
How do we know that's gonna happen again?
I'm just saying.
I might say this.
Stroud gone.
might say it.
Because John Cooper lost to Michigan 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. He never beat Michigan, as a matter of fact. And he was there for a while.
It's different times.
Yeah.
Different times.
I just don't see why your whole livelihood is contingent on one game. We had the most successful season.
What's that game called? It's the game.
The game.
And that's why John Cooper got his ass fired. Also,
In addition to that, he didn't win the bigger games either. I mean, we never even got over the hump. So I mean, that's a linear reason why John Cooper got fired.
he
but
won a
still-
Rose Bowl.
But don't get me wrong.
I mean, a Fiesta Bowl.
While we was putting
Just one?
while we was putting foot to ass
We had all them great players.
to Jim Harbaugh and them shitty ass the team up north teams he had, they stuck beside him. But is this Ohio State? This not Michigan.
No,
Who
but the thing
You
is,
get
guess
Nick
what
Saban to
saved
come up here?
Jim Harbaugh's job?
What's that?
When he beat Ryan Day 2 years ago.
No, for sure. Because if he
Because if he would have lost 2 years ago,
he was
gonna
holding
get
on by a
fired.
thread. For
Has
sure.
Ryan Day ever beat Michigan?
No.
Not one time.
That was Urban Meyer teams in class.
So he had lost to Michigan, what, 2 times or 3? So it's 0-2.
2 in a row.
But we played how many national championship games?
He ain't played in none.
Who?
2, excuse me, 2. No, 1, except 1, because we lost in the semis last year.
Okay.
1. And we got our ass
But
Oh, wow.
but
Alabama.
but we always in the mix though, right?
Of course, we're always going to be in the mix. It's Old State.
You hire who come? Okay, so if you fire this dude, who come in here?
Ryan Hartline.
Nick Saban?
Ryan Hartline is next in line.
Who's coming?
If Ryan, anybody, his Ohio State, bro.
You are knocking down the door to be a head coach of Ohio State. Who's coming here?
I've been up into the glasses.
Hey,
Who's
I'll
coming?
take the bag.
Who wouldn't want that job?
What names is going just like
Who
drop everything?
wouldn't want that job?
But you're not giving me a name yet. You just said who
Anybody,
wouldn't.
pick somebody. You, him, me, Tom,
I don't want the
Justin.
motherfucker.
Anybody will
I don't want the
go
motherfucker.
be coach at
I
Old State.
don't want that job.
Anybody will coach at Old
though.
State.
I
get the
pay
pick
me
of the
up
litter.
I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay in Alabama.
Pay me up
I'm
first.
gonna go Ohio State for it.
And we got the resources to pay the best of the best.
State of the art
Crazy as
equipment.
hell. People knocking down the door.
Breast Ohio is the
Yeah, it's
Ohio
the
State.
Ohio State.
Prestige
Nah.
University,
Nah,
dog. That
nah,
shit.
And bro, we like I said, we got Brian. We can start with Brian Hartline. We can start with Brian Hartline.
Anybody
The
will
best
take this
recruiter
job.
in this.
Yeah, anybody will take this job, but I mean, I'm talking about proven. You gonna get somebody proven here, or you gonna get Brian Hartline, the wide receiver coach?
He the best. He one of the best recruiters in the country.
I don't like when people say he hasn't proven it yet, because Bill Belichick didn't prove shit, and he ran off 6 Super Bowls. What do you mean? Bill Parcells didn't prove shit, but he's a god in New York.
All because of this field goal.
I'm sorry, it's a soft subject.
It's the details.
Andy, I made the point about Andy Reid. Andy Reid didn't prove shit. His first job in Philadelphia, I went to 5 conference championships. Oh, let me go over here to Kansas City. Let me go run off a couple Super Bowls.
That is proven though.
After. That's
I'm
after.
talking before.
That's
I mean,
after.
5 straight NFC
but
championships.
And you have to start, just like you said, you
5 years
you have to
you
start somewhere.
You do.
He basically
I'm
saying
not- I'm not
like,
we can't-
who did Vince Lombardi coach before he
Okay,
was
so who was the sense of firing
Vince Lombardi was a fucking offensive coordinator in New York before he became head coach in Green
So
Bay.
who's the
He didn't
sense-
prove shit.
What was the sense
You
of firing
gotta
Luke
start
Fickle then?
somewhere though. That is true though. You gotta start somewhere.
Cause he wasn't getting it done.
We didn't fire Luke Fickle. He was our defensive coordinator. He was an interim head coach.
Yeah, he was
So why-
an
He didn't have the job.
So I mean, but he proved that he could keep it. He could coach the team.
And hold on. Why he over here caping for Ryan Day? But
Hold
he don't give
on.
Jason Hold
To your point, we went and got a proven guy. Hold on. We went and got a proven for you. Your whole point is we need somebody proven, right? So would you take Luke Fickle over Urban Meyer?
No, ma'am.
Wait for your answer.
Fuck Luke. Urban Meyer beat us. Okay.
I was waiting for your answer.
I wasn't high on Urban Meyer. He quits.
He came here. We
He
went
did
undefeated.
win a chip.
Immediately.
He won a chip.
He
Oh
went-
shit! I want to go be in my
The
family.
only reason
and
we
then
didn't-
go hire get coaching the fucking NFL. He's inconsistent. I don't want to hear that shit.
The only reason we didn't,
Fuck Urban
the only
Meyer.
reason we weren't the natty against Alabama the year he got here is because of the shit Jim Tressel did.
Yeah,
Urban Meyer came here and went 12-0 immediately.
with Jim right.
Don't say he had
Urban
Jim
Meyer was
Tressel
one of the best coaches Ohio State.
because he kept doing it. What do you mean? He kept doing it. You can't say he had Jim Tressel's players. He kept doing it.
He kept doing it.
What are you talking about?
How many?
We won a natty 2 years after that.
How many did we win though under Urban Meyer's tenure? I'm just asking.
We won one.
We won one.
How many did Jim win?
Tressel?
One.
He won one.
It was very controversial.
So, but
And the
however,
Ohio State team would beat the shit out of that team.
But was Jim Tressel like? Did he have a?
And he did it with a third-string
proven-
quarterback.
A proven record of success though, year after year.
Yeah, at a D1 AA school.
Youngstown State.
He wasn't proven with the big dogs.
I'm not. Long story short, I'm not firing Ryan Day.
And hold on, let me get
To
on Ryan
promote
Day.
Ryan
Who the fuck was Ryan Day before he took the Ohio State job?
Thank you. Niggas gotta start somewhere. He wasn't proven.
Urban Meyer handed that nigga a program. That's Urban Meyer program.
At his living room table.
Urban Meyer handed that nigga a pro. He was the OC at Indiana or some shit like that.
And he didn't maintain.
Fuck out of here,
and
bro.
he done maintained
That
the
nigga
shit
don't
for
got no
several
leverage
years.
here.
And you telling me, oh, I lost 1 game, 2 games in 4 fucking years, and I get fired?
He's
The
lost more
most
than 2
important
games.
games.
He's lost more than 2 games.
You lost all the important games.
Ain't all the games important?
Games.
Ain't all the games important?
Not as
games
important as
more
that
important.
game.
Some games way more important.
Some games
So
are a little bit more weight than
So
others.
if they
You
lose,
know that.
okay, time out.
Man.
So if they lose to Illinois in week 5 and go 11-1 and don't make it into the national championship picture, but they beat Michigan, is that a successful season? So the only way that this Ohio State is successful.
No,
is
no,
they beat
you want to know why? Because he said, you know what he said? It's successful season ain't just to go to the Rose Bowl for us. We want to win national championship. That came out of that man's mouth.
Absolutely. But what
So
I'm
if you
saying
don't win
is-
the natty, that came out of your mouth.
Absolutely.
But hold on. Beat Michigan, win the Big Ten. The last 2 years you lost to Michigan, you lost the Big Ten. And you didn't win the national championship.
So out of your own
You had
mouth,
2 fucking
you not
losing
hold
seasons
shit
to
down
your standards.
off to your standards.
Come on.
You
E.
said it. You
I
said it
can't
out
believe you
loud
paid
to the
for Ryan
media.
Day, bro.
You said it out loud to the media.
Give me
You ain't held up to
Ryan
your
Day
standards
all day
for
long.
2 straight years.
Kevin
Can't be a
Stefanski.
hypocrite. Ryan Day
2
is
straight
ass,
years.
That he said that
He
came out
is
of the
on a
coach's
short
mouth,
leash.
not mine. I'm not about to fire a guy for that. No.
Nigga, we Ohio State. We can go get whoever the fuck we want.
Then-
Why you don't understand that shit?
Where-
It don't gotta be Brown.
Where's the line? Where's the line at?
Whatever NFL head coach get fired next year, them niggas the first in line to come
If
play
you
Ohio
lined up
State.
for Ohio State, was raise your
Whoever
hand.
it is, bro.
Everybody, bro, it's Ohio State.
Next.
We're one of the
Next
top
topic, bro.
5 programs in the country. Are you serious?
Niggas just jump over each other and get that shit, man.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Nigga, that's the premier job in
So I
football,
guess
period.
Nick Saban.
I'm
So
flabbergasted.
I guess Nick Saban should have got fired last year because he didn't beat Georgia.
How many rings Nick Saban got?
That's what I'm
Bitch
saying.
can do whatever he wants.
Ryan Day don't have that type of leash, bro.
Exactly. So
Nick Saban has 5 natties. Ryan Day ain't got a Big Ten title.
I don't give a fuck.
That's much different.
I'm not.
What are we talking about? Are we?
Okay,
Will you
okay.
compare
The cross,
the
bro.
you compare the greatest college football coach to a nigga that ain't won his conference yet?
And then not beating Michigan is not a fucking fireable offense.
Yes, it is. If we don't win it, that game determines who goes to the Big Ten championship game.
Ohio State, that's a fireable offense.
I think
That game determines who goes to
think
the
that's
Big Ten
ridiculous.
championship game.
But
Ultimately,
it-
who goes and plays for the
Okay,
natty.
but
If you can't get to the dance,
but it hasn't determined them playing for and competing for a national championship because despite him losing 2 years to the niggas,
did we win it?
no, we didn't.
How we looking?
But we were in the picture.
How did we look in it?
Last year we were looking phenomenal. He's winning the whole goddamn game.
This is Ohio
If
State.
he's a coach, if he's that great coach that you think he is, why did we pull it out?
Year.
Every year.
Our goddamn Deion Sanders was on the bench with a concussion.
It shouldn't take one nigga. You a coach him up.
What happens? Oh, that's real, bro. What happens? We got people. Look at all these 4 or 5 star receivers.
Fuck out of here.
Nigga, and your field goal kicker kicker missed the field
Okay,
goal.
last year.
Now that was critical.
We talk about last year. What happened against Alabama?
Man, they got their ass
Those
tore.
ass.
Man,
Pause.
Toys.
We gotta pick different words.
man.
Get your mind out the gutter.
We here to win natties, right?
We
You
live in
win
a
there.
sensitive homophobic society.
And we were getting beat so bad, their starters didn't play in the second half.
I totally agree
In a
with
national,
that.
listen to me,
I
EB.
totally agree
In a
with that.
national championship
But-
game, they
but-
came out of
so-
halftime and niggas was sitting like they
so
were
what you
playing
telling-
Southview.
So in other words, had we beat Michigan, we would have been better prepared to play in those games, or would they have gotten beaten anyway? I don't know. So I can't contend on one fucking game determining whether or not I win the national championship or not. That's bullshit.
And it's the way we're losing to Michigan. It's not
It's
close
bullshit.
game. They're whooping our ass.
Well, that can be resolved. But come on, bro.
He better do it this
Yeah,
year.
I'm firing that nigga.
Man,
I'm quite sure he
He
will.
better do it.
For real.
But
Yeah, somebody
I mean,
else, man.
whether they win that game or not, it's not like, oh, we about to just jump ship because
But
fuck,
hold on,
we
nah,
lost
nah,
to
nah,
Michigan.
Let me say, I don't think
Yeah,
Ryan
get the
Day
job,
is a
man.
bad coach, but you
gotta
took
get
this
the
job.
job.
This job comes with high standards. I don't think he a bad coach, but it's like, bro, you gotta step it up. You gotta figure this shit out. You can't fucking lose to Michigan.
You're not gonna hire
That's a
kicker that
cardinal
can't
sin.
kick.
When you take the Ohio State job, that's on the top of the fucking paper.
That's anywhere you go.
No, it's not. This is Ohio State. We talking about this.
Michigan-
Ohio
Michigan
State versus
circle,
Michigan
man.
is the
That's
biggest
real.
fucking game
That shit
in
circle,
football.
dog. Like-
It's the biggest game in football.
You ain't gotta explain that shit to me.
You acting like you don't
I
know.
feel like you don't know.
Yes, they do.
You acting like you don't know. Maybe I need to call Ryan Day and explain it to him.
All the fuck I just said is not a fireable offense.
It for sure is, bro.
It's just not.
That's
It
part
is.
of you signing that contract.
Yeah, for real.
You told me you was gonna beat Michigan.
Yep. For real. That's like hiring a kicker that can't kick. Why are you here?
That's part of the criteria of the job. You take
Yeah.
Ohio State job, you gotta beat Michigan.
Man.
You take the kicking job, you gotta make these field goals.
There you go.
But
You play the 2 guard and you gotta get these buckets. That's a part of the job. If you don't do your job, you get fired.
It's one
What world
game.
you live in?
It's one
Or
game.
at least be competitive. We gotta be at least a close ass.
Like you said, the
Man.
games ain't been close.
Like, if you
Man.
getting your ass
It's
kicked.
been belt to ass.
At this time, you just gotta go to another.
Backup running backs going for 250 on us.
Right.
That's not a good look at all.
Okay, that could
Secondary
be, that
getting
could be,
torched.
and that could be a recruiting issue. You say we got the top 5 program in the country. Many
I
should recruit better
I'm
than
glad you
we
say
do.
that. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like all these receivers we recruiting, some of them motherfuckers need to play DB.
Maybe that's what
Some
the
of them
issue
niggas need to
is.
play DB.
You know what I'm saying?
These
Because they
corners
put
ass.
points up, they can't stop nobody. And then if you predict,
I seen them niggas
So,
up
I mean, I
close
just
down.
don't
I'm
think
looking at these niggas
it's
at
a
the spring
fireable
game
offense.
like, bro, I don't know. I think I need to walk
I
on
don't
here.
agree
It
with
looks
that.
like some opportunity.
Man.
It look like opportunity in this motherfucker, Jim, bro.
I don't agree with that shit.
Listen, he better win that game.
I agree,
Keep that same energy, bro.
but it's not a fireable offense in my book.
If he don't win that game, I guarantee you gonna see the sky fall.
If he lose 3 games straight to if you lose to Michigan, you lose the Big Ten. That's a double negative. So 3 years in a row, you lost the Big Ten, you lost the big game. Nigga, you fired, bro. You out of here.
And you still stay in the top 4 when we play for national championship.
Top
That
four is not
happened one
success.
time, EB, and we got in by the skin of our fucking teeth.
Well, hey, we got in.
Well, hey.
We got in. We was in.
Nah, he gotta win a natty.
He was
and
in.
then that'll exit out. But if you don't win the whole damn thing, bro, that ain't-
if Tennessee miss a kick, guess who get in before us?
that don't count as a win.
But that didn't
win,
happen.
bro.
But that's how close we got in, EB.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying
that's
to you.
what-
You
gotta-
keep hanging your hat
you
on
gotta-
that.
You gotta have some luck to get in this shit. You know that.
you keep hanging your hat on
The
that.
standard that
Because
Ohio
next year
State-
we might not have that luck.
They're not a team that's looking at it like, yo, if we win, we lucky.
I
Like,
get that.
Ohio State is
But
expecting.
I don't think
You know what
the
I mean?
university
That's not the
or
Patriot
the
way.
franchise
That's not the
Yeah,
Patriot way.
should be
Yeah,
listening
that's
to the
Patriots
goddamn
time
fan
ready,
base.
like,
So
yo,
we
if
should
win,
we
just
should be
lucky,
hoping
like,
to get into the
saying.
final
No,
four.
you of course
We're
you
not
prepare.
hoping.
Of course you don't. You prepare to win that game. I get that.
Expect it.
And
Expect to win wherever.
That should be the
goal.
goal.
In Ohio State's, I'm gonna tell you how serious this game is. In Ohio State's locker room, there is a clock. The clock runs down to the time from the last time we played them to the next time we play them. That's how serious that game is.
I don't give a fuck. Just win the game. Because if
I agree with you.
Do you need
Win
all
the
that?
game.
Do you need all that to win the game?
I agree with you. Win it. But that's how I'm telling you. That's how serious it
It's
is.
symbolic.
And if he don't win it, they're going to get rid of him.
Fucking symbolisms, euphemisms, for all that shit. Just win the game.
And they're going to get rid of him if he doesn't.
I think that's about.
Why you? EB,
That's just my opinion.
if he was 0-2 against Penn State, I guarantee, and we were 2-0 against Michigan, I guarantee nobody would be calling for his job.
No one will say shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying to you.
But
That's how serious that game is.
just as important as the
No,
rest
it's
of
not.
the motherfuckers. In my
No,
mind.
it's not.
It just ain't.
All right, because if you pretty much if you lose 1 or 2, you out the whole motherfucker anyway.
Is the national
So
championship just as important as the
are
rest
we,
of the games?
we didn't win the Natty, but we beat Michigan. It was a great season. Great season. We beat Michigan. I don't give a fuck about that. Win the whole fucking thing. That's my argument. If you was in the position to win it and you didn't, but you was there in that game despite not beating Michigan, I'm more concerned about that national championship than I am beating the fucking Amazing Blue. And I lived in that goddamn state. Fuck them too.
So
You ain't
hold
got
on.
the people that-
Hold on. Hey, let
University of
You ain't the AD, you ain't got to talk
Hold
to
on.
them boosters.
Let this be for the record for the audience. When Ryan Day get fired, EB will not be on the list of coaching candidates after they see this shit.
No, I don't want to coach the
I thought you were gonna say
He will not be on the list.
I'll go down there and coach the basketball team. I don't want to coach the football team.
And you gotta leave
The basketball team, they ain't mad about them motherfuckers losing. Where everybody ain't talking about their ass, they don't win shit.
Nobody give a fuck about this.
Okay, got it. So I'm not an Ohio State fan, but okay, got you. All right, next. Go to something else.
Ohio State basketball right now.
Nobody gives a fuck apparently.
Because they've been asked for a minute.
Okay,
Yeah,
got you.
Greg
Standard is
Oden
not the same.
Got you.
This
Got you.
Standard is not the
Greg
same.
Oden, you motherfucker.
You got a standard for one thing, but we got a standard for the other thing. I got you.
That's how it is.
That's how it is.
And that's very fucked up.
That's
how it is.
That is a fucked up
And he got
philosophy.
schools that's
That's
football.
I care about this, but I don't care about
What
that.
high
That's
school
not
you go
as
to? What
important.
high school you go to?
I went to Denby from Detroit.
So was all sports created equal at that school?
It was all crazy. No, because you got different skill levels every sport.
That's
Yeah,
what
you
we
just-
saying.
that's what they saying.
That's what we saying.
But we done had fucking Jim Jackson, Greg Oden, all kinds of
All
great
them
basketball
niggas is lame
players
ducks,
that
bro.
played in
All them
in-
niggas is lame ducks.
But that shit was 20 years ago.
Right.
down there,
Jim
bro.
Jackson was fucking Mr. Basketball instead of Ohio
Right.
like 2
What
times in a
year?
row.
That's high school.
In Michigan, yeah.
That's high school.
Right.
Nobody gives a
Jim
fuck
Jackson
about
was
that
from
shit.
Toledo.
That shit
But
was mad.
what was how long
And he
ago was
played- and
that?
he played in the NBA
That shit
13
was
years.
decades
How long
bro.
ago was that?
I don't give a fuck when it was. It's relevant to the conversation.
But it,
Okay, it was yesterday plus 30 years.
EB,
You
what
can't
we're saying
compare
is,
Old State basketball teams
wait,
to
exactly what you
football
just was
teams,
talking
bro.
about, how we're
You can't
always
compare
in the
that
conversation for football. We're not always in the conversation for basketball.
At all, bro.
We're almost never.
Never. Last time we was good.
Last time we was relevant,
Greg
Evan
Oden
Turner
shit.
was here. And oh, excuse me. What's a kid name from Columbus? The one that couldn't jump.
Oh, you talking about Sullinger?
Yeah.
Jared Sullinger?
Oh, man.
Barely. We were barely in the conversation then.
Man.
Sweet 16 and out of here.
But basketball is a crap.
Last time we was in the conversation for women was Greg Oden.
Because it's a one and done situation. I mean, that's more complicated than.
Brother, Ohio State
but
is the Patriots.
Hold on.
of
I got
fucking college
another
football.
school for you on the reverse. Kentucky football, they could give a fuck about. You go down there and watch a basketball game, it's a whole totally
John
different thing.
Wall, DeMarcus Cousins. You know what I'm saying? Kentucky got a basketball program. Like you gonna go there? And
I
play
hear you,
basketball.
nigga. I don't agree with it.
Georgetown, you got a basketball program, but your football. Nobody go to Georgetown and play football.
Yeah, Georgetown for women.
You feel me? Like shit. You gonna go down there because
Beautiful in DC.
DC.
basketball.
Beautiful down there.
Ooh-wee. Next.
Right, man, you better fucking win.
That's all I'm saying.
Or you barbecue chicken.
For sure.
I got your back, Ryan.
No.
You got one guy that got your back in the world.
Finito, he out of there.
There's others, that, and that's what I speak for.
One guy.
Finito.
Brother, the Buckeye Nation is gonna crucify that man.
Man,
They already have after losing twice.
they got the
They want his
Pittsburgh
fucking
grade and all that
They
shit.
want his hand on the fucking state.
They done went to Home Depot.
What are
got
they
the
contributing?
Pittsburgh.
Money. This is why I said what I said. I'm glad you're not the AD because you ain't got to sit in front of them boosters when they come in there mad as fuck why we lose to Michigan again.
You sure it ain't Nike?
Man, I hate to say this, John.
Gatorade?
But I'm gonna say it. I hate to say this, but I think Ohio State might not beat Notre Dame this year. I've seen both teams live in action.
Okay, so why are we talking about Michigan then? If that's your synopsis.
I'm just saying.
It's like the Browns and the Steelers.
Ryan Day got an uphill battle, baby.
We ain't even gonna talk
Brand new
about that.
quarterback. We'll see.
Browns ain't beat nobody in the last 30 years.
You got the stats.
What, 22-2?
So what's your standard for the
22-2.
Browns?
Huh?
What's your standard for the Browns then?
The toilet.
Different standard.
You be happy
My
with
my
with
standard
a
for the
playoff
Browns.
win, even though you should be competing for a Super Bowl?
Well, when
Nah,
you
they
here
ain't
recently
got that
they
thing.
decided to put a better product on the field on paper. It hasn't translated to it on the field quite yet, but on paper they are expected to go far. But you know what I'm saying, doing on the field is the issue with that team.
You need some
And
defense.
if
Compared
you
to
talk
Ohio
about
State,
and if
you
you
got
talk
the best
about
product.
You
coaching,
need defense.
they're gonna coach an issue right there with that fucking team.
Nah, fact.
But he just won Coach of the Year.
And won a playoff game against Pittsburgh. He beat the rival. He beat his rival at home in the basement.
Did they beat Ben Roethlisberger in his prime? I don't think so.
Send him in retirement.
He
wasn't the coach.
Retirement.
He wasn't the
He
coach.
wasn't the coach.
It
Big
don't
man
matter.
the rapist.
Maybe
That's
we would have.
irrelevant.
Maybe we would have.
Because nobody was there for those massacres, quite frankly. But nonetheless, you talk about an organization that got some issues with coaching, go down to Berea. You can see a
And
whole
the
list
Browns
of
inherited an expansion team. Ryan Day inherited a fucking gold mine of a program. It was already fucking built. He had quarterbacks. Urban Meyer went and got Justin Fields for that nigga before he left.
Has Ryan Day won more games than Kevin Stefanski? Has Ryan Day at least got to a championship game? Come on.
Has he won one?
Hey man, neither one of them niggas won anything, but he done got a lot
So
further.
they in the same fucking boat. They both on the hot seat.
You
Yes or no?
say-
They both on the hot seat.
Hey,
I'm
go win
just
the
asking.
championship.
What did you just
I'm
say?
just
I don't give a
asking.
fuck about that. I just want to win the championship.
You say you don't give a fuck. So both of them,
They
apparently.
okay, maybe they is in the same boat, but I'm so my point is, you know, one more than the other guy.
But what we're quoting what you just said here on this podcast live, Starting Five Podcast. Follow us.
I say all kinds of shit.
And I'm going to, I'm going to bring it back up to you.
It's great.
You
TV.
just said, I don't give a fuck about Michigan. I want to win the championship. Has Kevin Stefanski won the championship?
No,
Ryan Day won one?
almost.
Almost doesn't count except for hand
That's what
grenades and
Brandy
horseshoes.
said. That's what Brandy said. That shit. I'm listening to her.
Close.
You should, because she's a beautiful singer.
Cool.
Look, so and look, now remember what I said last week? I said on this podcast, anything you say can and will be held against you.
I don't give a fuck.
So I'm just saying, niggas is gonna pull receipts.
Yep. I got a wire.
Pull them.
I.e. K
I hope-
York.
I
So
hope
why
you
should
get-
you fucking say
I
on the
hope you get-
podcast?
And
niggas
listen,
is gonna-
and when you and when you pull out your receipt, I hope you get your change.
I just did.
Sure do.
Nigga, we getting your change.
Oh, yeah,
We getting your
I'm not trying to give out refunds. You shouldn't be trying to give out
Because at the
refunds.
end of the day, we talking about this shit. I mean, I don't care.
You can't cape for one and then kill the other.
I just don't. Oh, I can kill Kevin Stefanski.
Then you gotta kill Ryan Day too.
I'm not ready to do that.
You gotta go
It's
with
Why
the
not?
same thing for
Because
you.
it's
Your
just one
standard is the
game.
same.
And the
None of them
NFL
have
is way
won.
more competitive. Nigga, them cake ass college schedules, get the fuck out
But
of
whose
here.
fault is that?
It's nobody's fault. That's the
Apparently-
nature of the business.
All right.
What the fuck was Ryan Day doing in Indiana? Looking like Kevin fucking Stefanski.
I never
Until
heard.
Urban Meyer came and saved
You
him.
never heard?
I never heard of him in Indiana.
Oh, why?
Exactly.
Why? Because he was proven. He proven, right?
Is he? Was he?
You just said we can't fire him because we ain't got nobody proven to come in and get the job.
Yeah, but y'all said anybody. I'm not comfortable with it. Anybody.
He was an anybody. Nobody knew who the fuck Ryan Day
They
was.
should just kept Luke Fickle.
He in Wisconsin.
Urban Meyer could have stayed his ass in Florida.
What
They
the
should have
fuck?
just kept Jim Tressel.
What the fuck has Luke Fickle done? Why do we fuck we
I
keep
don't
bringing
know.
this nigga name up? Nothing against Luke
Ain't he
Fickle. He's a
winning down
solid
there in
coach.
Cincinnati?
So
Is he winning?
what has he won?
Is he winning games?
He won the American.
I mean, it's a
Conference
lot. It's what? How many thousands of teams is at the end of the season ain't holding up shit? A lot.
It's a competitive business.
Okay, so
These jobs is a premium.
All right, I just
Coaches get fired all the time, bro.
All right, so fuck it.
Fuck Luka Fickle, bro. Stop bringing these niggas names up, man.
They should start firing some of these goddamn players to get $304 million and turn the ball over 9 times in the goddamn Game 7 championship team. Blame their ass some goddamn times. Facts.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Strip up his goddamn contract and ship his ass off somewhere. Facts.
You not about to get no argument for that?
I agree with you.
I mean, I guess I got a coach's mentality and I don't just agree with all that shit. So I'm pro coach.
And if you don't do your
And
job,
that's your
bro,
name is Kevin Stefanski.
you wanna if you don't do your job, you wanna hot
I'm trying to issue with you. I'm consistent of that shit.
Well, it's a problem when your coach need coaching, bro.
I mean, you know,
that's the thing.
it could be a litany of things, man. I mean, obviously, you know, the Buckeyes defensively has not played well against the Wolverines the past couple of years, and quite frankly, it has the offense.
Facts.
I mean, so it's plenty of blame to go around. I know, and I understand that the head guy get the blame, but for one game, to me, it's just not a fireable defense. That's just my
It's
stance.
2 games. It's 2 games.
Per season. It's not a fireable defense. Because that's just how I see it. Next! Alright, so let me see here. They got any topics?
You want to talk about KD and marijuana? KD smoked marijuana before being with the
Wait, so I was listening to No Chill
Ben
Gill.
stepped out there.
That's hilarious.
Before I get there,
Out the whip and dropped the dime bag.
Drop the sack.
I
You
listened
know,
to
he dropped like a pill bottle in there, man. He picked that bitch up quick as fuck.
10
And
minutes.
he got a
of,
broke leg and still did. He picked that bitch up quick as hell.
I'm sorry, I'm listening to about 10 minutes of No Chill Gill, right? And these niggas was talking about Cleveland on the podcast. Like, okay, the All-Star game was here 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one dude said you can't find direct flight to Cleveland. I can find plenty of direct flights to Cleveland.
You talking about Rashad McCants?
No, I don't know him. It was the
That
cat
nigga
sitting
was
next to
terrible.
the other dude. The bigger dude, the one with the laptop.
Terrible.
Yeah.
You was just being cheap. That's why you ain't finding a direct flight to Cleveland. And the only reason why I give it a reason why Cleveland, because he couldn't beat us in the playoffs. Let me talk about our city, bruh.
You crazy, man.
Don't do
Gilbert bias.
You telling Gil
You
to
might as
chill?
well ask Joe
You
King
telling
Noah.
Gil to chill?
Tell him
Like,
to
if you ask Joe King Noah about Cleveland, you gonna get like, no,
He
that
gonna get in
shit
his
don't
feelings.
never go there. You know what I mean? If you ask like, you see why it's about Cleveland, like, come on, my nigga. Like, he's supposed to feel some type of way about Cleveland.
Right.
Gilbert Arenas, like we knocked him out the playoffs back to back years.
Every time he played.
Brown was stepping on the
Nigga
nigga
got talked out of free throw.
Yeah, like
Tua.
yeah, he did.
Had to go see a psychiatrist after that.
LeBron walked into
I get it. It's
like,
his
hey,
trauma. I'm gonna chalk it up as trauma.
if you miss
I'm
this one, y'all
it
go
up.
home. You bet not miss
Yeah,
this one.
PTSD.
Of course he ain't Cleveland.
Niggas be on these pods having PTSD.
You can't find a direct flight. Bullshit. Yes, you can. You can find a direct flight out of here and in here if you want to pay for it.
Shit, Barkley be letting Cleveland have it too.
Charles,
So he be going in on Cleveland
he be
too.
throwing people out the window.
Yeah, that's because he's about to be ran out the city. He got a different trauma. He say that because he know he don't want to come back here.
Yeah.
He
But
might
I mean,
have to see somebody.
we got a great time here, so chill out with that bullshit. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, shit was
Hey,
the city was
man,
lit.
Right.
The city was definitely
We let
lit,
you.
bro.
We loaned y'all Brian, so y'all city could get put back on the map because y'all didn't win shit since 2010. Before that,
Facts.
Definitely that. It was trash.
You're welcome.
Kobe was about to run out that motherfucker.
He was trying to get up out of there.
Definitely. He was about to get up out of there.
Especially after he rescinded that Chris Paul trade. He had it.
Yeah, he was gone. They was like, nope, bring that shit right back. Which was crazy to me, because it's like, yo, they allowed the Miami trade, they allowed the Celtics trade, they allowed the... I'm like, damn, how did y'all decipher which one to pick? Like, that shit was crazy. I ain't
Well,
never
because
heard
the
of that
NBA,
shit.
the NBA was running the team at the time, and David Stern vetoed it. Which, I mean, I like him better as a commissioner than I do the current guy, but that was
wild.
that was crazy
That shit, that was crazy.
because everybody wanted to see that.
Crazy part of that team probably would have been all like that. Because Chris Paul, that nigga can't win the championship to save his life.
Right, we see his pedigree.
Like we thought Chris Paul was
see
like, but I was one of the only niggas who was saying like, yo, like Chris Paul nice as hell, but Tony Parker, Darren Williams, motherfucking Devin Harris. I was like, yo, there's some nice ass guards out here. Tony Parker was
number one for me. Paul was number one for me though.
Harris was mid.
Man, that nigga. Well, Harris was mid after that. He had a window of time where he was cooking though. Harris was cooking.
Hey, Darren Williams fell off a fucking cliff.
I would have loved to see Chris Paul play with Tony Parker I would love Chris Paul play with Tim Duncan for 12 years.
For sure.
We don't know what Tony Parker would be by himself.
I don't know.
No, that's real. That's real.
No, because Chris Paul had DeAndre Jordan. He had Blake Griffin.
To Tim. Are we can hold?
We compare
DeAndre Jordan to Tim Duncan?
But that's
Timothy.
But can you get to the finals with this squad? I mean, you got all these.
I agree with you there, but we're not about to compare DeAndre Jordan to Timothy Duncan.
He's a facilitating point guard. You got lob central. Like you can throw an alley-oop right here. You can just throw the ball up near the rim. They gonna go get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was back when Blake Griffin was jumping out there.
That works in a regular season, but once the playoffs come.
But we talking about the championship. Supposed to be level.
But his two bigs.
Brought them up.
Chris supposed
DeAndre Jordan has no skill but catch alley-oop.
Without Chris Paul, yeah, DeAndre Jordan is what?
Mid. Exactly. At best. He made I've heard him say it. I got DeAndre Jordan paid and I got Blake Griffin paid twice.
Sure did.
So without Chris Paul, we wouldn't be talking about no Lob City because it would have been the same
Jamal
shit.
Crawford,
in the Clippers.
They had a team that should have went to the Western Conference Finals, to the finals. They should have been competitive. They ain't go nowhere.
Well, he
you know what I'm saying?
He just come up gimpy. He come up gimpy.
And then when he was in New Orleans and shit, like he wasn't doing shit there. Like I ain't never seen Chris Paul. Where did Chris Paul really win with? Like for real, like you know, his best work was really with the Suns, but he wasn't really the guy that was doing it. It was like if you take Chris Paul out of that lineup, they still possibly pretty damn good.
They don't make it to the finals.
They don't make it to the finals yet because he
don't make it to the finals. They still a squad.
He was a killer.
They still a squad. I can't give him the credit for it though. You know what I'm saying?
Why not? Because they was ass without him.
They were completely ass without him. And then
Devin Booker,
second he got there.
Shit, Devin Booker dropping like 70 points and shit.
And lost
that game. Exactly.
But you gotta understand though, like
DeAndre Ayton. Shit, they got
now you talking about Chris Paul virtually saved his career, I think, like because it wasn't going very well.
He saved his career in OKC.
No, he talking about he saved DeAndre Ayton.
Everybody was somewhere he was getting ready to be a bust until CP3 got there. And so I give him some credit, man. He just come up gimpy at the wrong times. And
my thing is he just can't stay healthy.
Yeah, that's always been his downfall.
Then to his credit, you looking at an old ass Chris Paul right now, and people grading him right now, like they giving him report cards on, and he's like damn near 40 years old almost. Like ain't that nigga like 80? Like Chris Paul is older, he's a shell of himself, and you still grading him. Like he ain't expected to be the old name. Chris Paul no more. You know what I'm saying? It's that name that he never was able to live up to.
I just can't. I just hate when people try to compare him and Tony Parker and say Tony Parker better than him.
Man, Tony was dead nice, bro.
Tony was good, but I also know Tony Parker played with Manu Ginobili and Tim Duncan.
But they played with Tony Parker.
We not about to do that.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Rookie of the year, Chris Paul shit. Chris Paul came in the league balling. Tony Parker was built.
Bro, when they went to the finals,
he was a system guy.
When they went to the finals, Manu Ginobili was motherfucking trash, bro. He was trash. In the finals against the Heat.
In 20, when they
against
lost?
the Heat, that nigga was. I was like, man, get this nigga off
now
the
you can have that. Tim Duncan though.
Tim Duncan is Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan.
He was still playing with it.
After Tim Duncan, the best player on that team was Tony Parker.
But the best.
That was the best ball player on that team, man. It wasn't no Bruce Bowen. It wasn't. I mean, shit.
He was on that 03 team.
Was he on 03 too?
Yeah. He was a young nigga. He was a young gun. That was his breakout year.
He was coming off of the bench. He took a lesser role.
I'm taking Tony Parker over Chris Paul any day, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm taking Tony Parker over Chris Paul.
I'll take
Tony.
I'll take CP.
I'm taking Tony, bro.
I'll take CP over TP. Very nice players, both of them.
I'm taking Tony all day.
Chris had that edge, that extra edge. I thought
he was slower than Tone.
Now imagine if Chris Paul played.
We forget
What if he
who
played
Chris
with
Paul
Tim
used to
Duncan?
be. Crazy, hold on.
I mean,
I'm trying to paint pictures like.
Yeah, I think y'all
Chris
ain't really watched
Paul was?
Tony though. Like Tony Parker was really dead
he had
nice,
that work.
bro.
You know, he
Tony
had that
Parker
work.
ever the
Tony-
best player on his team?
Tony was dead
When was he?
nice.
When was he ever the best player on his team?
Who?
Tony Parker.
Because he played with Tim Duncan. If Chris Paul played with Tim Duncan, he wouldn't be the best player on his team either.
And this is what we're trying to say.
But what I'm
So
saying
how
is,
can you-
who was a better point guard? Tony Parker was a better point guard. He had more attributes and
He
skills.
did more. He did more or less individually. He did more or less.
Not necessarily.
I can't
I mean,
roll with that.
CP done led the league in assists a whole bunch of times,
Steals.
steals a whole bunch of times. Like he different, man.
He's made people. He's got people paid multiple times on different franchises.
Where do you ever carry a team though? Like you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
he did it at OKC.
All the
He
time.
made the Suns.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
I don't-
LA. He's done it everywhere he's
That
went.
nigga ain't won
The
shit.
Clippers would be. The Clippers would have been a lottery picking team without Chris Paul.
Correct.
The Suns were lottery picking before they got Chris Paul. The Hornets
Man, the Clippers had a squad.
Lottery pick.
without Chris Paul.
Dude, they had Blake Griffin, they had DeAndre Jordan, they had Matt Barnes, they had Jamal Crawford, they had.
The only person named you said that could create a shot by himself was Jamal Crawford.
I'm naming
Matt Barnes can't
all-stars.
dribble.
Right.
Blake Griffin can't dribble, and we
But
already
Matt
know
Barnes got
DeAndre
defense.
Jordan can't do nothing without him if it
DeAndre
ain't giving
Jordan
out.
got defense. Matt Barnes got defense. Jamal Crawford was 6th man of the year.
What did they all do without Chris Paul?
You know what I'm saying? Shoot, Jamal Crawford won 6th man of the year. Jamal Crawford
With
was
Chris
a dog.
Paul.
with the Knicks.
I said that's the only killer you named.
Exactly.
He was a dog with the Knicks. DeAndre Jordan was a dog, but he just had a small window.
On the
He
Blake
had no
Griffin.
game.
Blake
He had no. You
Blake
cannot
Griffin
come
got
down the
injured.
court and dunk the ball to DeAndre
But-
Jordan and say, "Give me a bucket."
Blake Griffin got injured and was never the same after that, bro. You can't discredit people because the thing is, he had a small window of time and was all in playing with Chris Paul and the Clippers. He got injured and was never the same. Chris Paul couldn't save him for the injury. That injury is what killed him. He would still be a dog. After he got injured, he was scared to jump. Jumping was his thing. You take jumping from him, and now you got a basic ass
But
play.
that's the thing about when you got a basketball player that's really an athlete. Like and that's why I give
D Rose
LeBron a lot of credit because not
Right.
only was he athletic, he's a tremendous basketball player too. Skills.
skill set.
Like Blake, outside of the dunking and shit like
What
that.
do you have? You got a
what do
basic
you
ass
have?
play.
And that's why we saying Chris
So-
Paul was
and
very
Chris Paul-
valuable to that
so-
team.
I mean,
Because
look
none
at
of
He
them
that.
definitely
Look
was.
at
No,
that.
none of them
He was
had
one of the most valuable to that team. But the thing is, with him being one of the most valuable to that team, look at what they got.
He just got hurt at the wrong time.
Exactly.
Look at what they got out of
You
it.
said I can't knock Blake for getting injured. I can't
Like
knock
Tony
Chris
was
for
one of the
getting
most
injured.
valuable to that
So
team, and
do
they
you-
got championships.
You
off
think
that
the
shit.
Clippers would have won 55 plus games without Chris Paul?
With Tony Parker, they would have. Yes, they would.
With TP,
With Tony Parker, yes, the fuck they would.
I just would like that.
Tony Parker was putting up 50 and 60 points and shit like that.
Here's like the
Chris
biggest
Paul
thing
was
between
not.
the two. Like Chris Paul won everywhere he went. Tony Parker only played in San Antonio.
only played in
so
San Antonio.
we can only
Imagine.
visualize him in that system. Like when he went and played Charlotte,
He was old and done.
What was he doing?
He was old and finished.
but Chris Paul,
But
you know what I'm
Chris
saying? That's
But Chris Paul was old when he went to
That's
the
a different
Suns.
conversation. Now we talking about longevity. Whose longevity is
But
better?
Chris Paul was old when he went to play with the Suns, and he took them to their first finals
He has
in
better.
'93.
He has better longevity. But you got players that in
But he
small
was still
windows.
a major part of that.
Derrick Rose is better than most of these guards. Who has better longevity? Derrick Rose, longevity wise, he was real quick. He won MVP real quick. He was a playoff player. He was a dog real quick. Longevity is a different discussion. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about in your prime, in your peak, who was better. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if your peak. If your peak was
I
one
wish I
season.
would pick against my nigga named Mr. Point Guard. I wish I would pick against that.
I mean, I'm looking at
How you the point guard? How you point
The
guard?
point guard.
How you point guard? God, he ain't never won a championship.
Because you need a team to stay healthy.
But-
At the right situations.
AI done went to the Sixers to the finals by himself.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like you,
But they
Hey, I
want
win.
he
I
one
want to see somebody win.
shot away from not going
I
though.
want to see you win.
He
man.
one missed shot away from not going. Things happen,
He
man.
done
The ball
had
out of motion
tools.
way.
He done had tools to be able to have a better like the tools that he was given and what he got out of the tools. I can't put him up against Tony Parker, man. I feel like Tony was better. Tony was better.
So who's your top 5 point guards?
What, of all time?
Mm-hmm.
Magic number 1.
Okay.
Number 2. I'm old school. I'm gonna say Oscar might be number 2. Y'all ain't even hit the Oscar.
You not even hip hop.
What team he played for?
The Bucks, man. Come on.
No.
Talk about the Cincinnati Royals.
There we go. That's his prime. There we go.
I know my shit.
There you go. He won
Go
a
ahead.
championship with the Bucks though. But
Go ahead. That's
who
what you
else
said first.
he won a championship with the Bucks? Who was the best team
Lou
on that team?
Alcindor.
Lou Alcindor. Yes, sir. All right. Okay. I'm testing.
Hey, that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for y'all.
For y'all who don't
For
know.
y'all fans out there.
Y'all don't know.
Second in all-time scoring.
But no, Oscar used to be able to jump. That nigga was nice,
No,
bro.
Oscar was a
That
dog.
nigga take you back to
I
the basket
respect it. I respect your list already right now. Let's go.
It's
All right,
nice.
give us the other 3. Give us the other
Number
3.
three,
And Tony
yeah,
Parker
man.
better not be in that motherfucker.
Tony Parker is not in that bitch. Chris Paul ain't either though. Chris Paul ain't either. Cause Isaiah Thomas will eat him up. You know what I'm saying?
I'll wait.
Isaiah Thomas will eat him up.
I'm about to say your whole list don't matter to me if Zeke
Yeah,
don't come up.
Zeke gotta be probably my number 3.
Okay.
Then I ain't gonna hold you number 4, man. I wanna say AI, but AI like a combo guard. He could go shooting guard or point guard. I feel like I'm missing a motherfucker though.
Alright, put him on there. Cool.
I like AI though. It's crazy. Like I got small guards like a motherfucker. Yeah.
You got Magic though. That's a
Magic
big
is number
guard.
1.
Yeah, you got your big
Magic got
guard
the size advantage, and he's just skillful as fuck, man. Like, man, that's 4 right there.
So I think you would agree with me in our Steph Curry and Magic Johnson conversation.
No,
That's
for sure.
dead nice though. But hold on, no.
Some people were saying,
I'm picking Magic over Steph.
yeah,
Though.
you know the young niggas.
Yeah, I'm picking Magic over Steph.
That's what I said. I know you gonna agree with me because niggas were saying Steph Curry.
I gotta go Magic.
But it's crazy. I tell these young niggas, I'm like, do y'all not know Magic won the finals?
Man, do y'all not know Magic played center? He played center and guarded Moses Malone? Is you serious? Shit.
It's more than basketball than just 3-pointers.
Right,
Nothing
it's more than
against
just
but
3
it's-
points. Steph a
Come on,
dog, bro. Steph a dog, but
No, he's him.
But shit.
But Magic, come on, man.
Magic is him.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
talking about
That's the Magic man.
You got a point guard that can go guard a center, and not just any BS center, like a motherfucker, a real big man,
And
like a real big man.
at that time, you lost the best player in the world, the best player ever, Kareem, and you
Yup.
still get the job.
And we
done.
still get the job done.
When most of these niggas say, "Oh, this person got hurt, that's why we lost. This person got hurt, this why we lost." Magic still got this shit done without.
I gotta go with
Come on,
Magic.
man.
Definitely number 1, man. That's crazy.
So who
For
got?
real, shit, it's a hard decision to put Steph over Isaiah. But Steph is definitely I ain't gonna hold you. Steph probably in my top 5 for sure though. Like Steph.
I ain't mad at it.
Steph in my top 5.
Only 5.
I just named 5. I'll throw Steph in there. Steph in there. Steph there nice. But it's crazy because I love Kyrie too though. I ain't gonna hold you. Kyrie got work, man. Kyrie got work.
No, for sure. Ain't nobody arguing with skill set and all that, which is body of work.
Yeah, body of work.
Body of work is hard.
He done killed himself.
If we'd have stayed with Bron and you know what I mean, it'd be different conversation.
Dynasty was a different fucking conversation, man. Damn.
Hey, young niggas, man, watch the decisions y'all making, man. Watch the decisions y'all making, man.
He went on TV and apologized.
Shit, like AB didn't apologize for the time.
He didn't apologize to everybody. What was
You
it,
keep
Jay-Z?
apologizing and doing
He
the same
apologized to
shit.
everybody. Mayweather,
I didn't even read the last apology.
Spence.
Bro.
I was like,
I
damn,
didn't
this
read
nigga.
that shit, bro. Cause I'm like, this nigga 80 apologies. I'm not reading this shit again.
Bro,
Just for him to go do the same shit.
Hey,
Like,
he a sorry ass nigga, man.
I swear,
Y'all
bro.
take it how y'all want to. You sorry ass nigga.
AB, you crazy, dog. I ain't gonna hold you crazy, man.
But shit, we can segue into the boxing.
We was in the club.
We can segue into the boxing now. Shit, we got a big mega fight going on this Saturday.
Huge fight, dog.
That's why I got my shirt on, man.
Yes,
Making the
sir.
mega fights back.
Crawford about to bring it home,
Best on
baby.
best.
Yes, sir. Crawford about to bring it home, baby.
Yes, sir.
Why? Let's speak on that.
Let's
Let's
go.
speak on that. Why is he bringing it home? And in what fashion is he bringing it home? Let's get into it. How do you see the fight going?
I honestly see the fight.
Swinging
I think somebody getting knocked out. I think Spence gonna get knocked
You
out.
said that last time.
That's okay.
Spence ain't
I wouldn't be surprised.
Spence ain't never been knocked out though. So
That's okay.
I need some.
Neither one of them.
That's okay. This is the first time both fighters of this caliber is meeting the same.
Yeah, they gonna push each other to the death.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a
Exactly.
war.
I'm saying?
I'm
It's
just
gonna be
saying
a
that you
war.
was sleeping on my nigga Lomo and you thought Lomo was gonna get knocked out.
Okay.
I ain't never seen Lomo gonna get knocked out.
Okay,
You
I
crazy.
was
Because
wrong.
Where have you seen somebody get knocked out by a pillow?
Yeah, Haney don't hit hard. Haney ain't gonna knock nothing
I ain't never seen it.
out. Haney's gonna outbox you. He ain't gonna knock shit out. You safe in there.
He going for points.
He gonna score the points on you.
He ain't sitting down on them punches.
I'm not being wrong, but I still won the battle. He still came through with the dub.
But no,
That's all that matters.
Crawford
Win
for
is a
sure.
win.
I think Crawford gonna win.
Win is a win.
Hey, win is a win.
And niggas still
Win is a
don't
win.
think he won.
And I said by decision. So
And niggas still
Right
don't think
to-
he won.
I think Pat wants some
He
bread.
fighting other
bread on
battles
that
right
shit.
now
Some
anyway.
bread on that
He
shit. I want some bread on
fighting
that
other
shit.
he fighting other demons right now anyway.
See, he want a little bit of bread too.
I did.
Yeah. But
I think Spence coming in a little too cocky though. We think he really about to just go in there and dog walk him, which I don't think that's about to happen.
No,
I think
that's
Crawford.
I think they both looking at each other like yo, like it's.
Spence been hot a little too
I got
much.
you, but I don't think
I don't think he underestimated.
I don't think niggas ain't nobody neither one of them about to get dogged.
I feel like they both coming in cocky though. That's just you got to. Like, I'm going
You
to
gotta have
best in the
confidence.
world.
Confidence and
Like, they
cockiness is
both-
different.
Yeah.
Cockiness is a guy like Stephen Fulton. I don't know if y'all hit to him. The guy Stephen
He
Fulton
just got
fight
fucking
the
beat by the Asian
monster.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. And I Ben was telling motherfuckers the Inu is a fucking. This is a real deal right here. Like this nigga right here, skillful. He hard to hurt. He hit hard as fuck. He motherfucking like this. And then you got this guy Stephen Fulton who don't hit hard. How you gonna keep him off you? And this guy right here is gonna come like a pit bull off the leash. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what
Put
he
that
did.
nigga
He
down.
knocked him out.
I said that shit to the group too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Fulton the whole time was talking hella shit like, man, this guy's not better than you. This guy,
Now,
I'm gonna give a master class boxing lesson to this dude. This, that, and the third. And then he go in and he don't do none of that shit. You stand right in front of him and let him walk you down. Like this guy ain't even have to really cut the ring off. Like you wouldn't use no mobility in it. That's one thing that Crawford
Get punched right in his face.
Spence not really as mobile as Crawford.
Exactly.
Crawford got footwork and he got ring movement and shit like that.
And he versatile.
And he versatile. He switch hit. He go from southpaw to orthodox, from orthodox to southpaw. Then he got what you can't teach is instincts. Like you fuck around, hit him, he might switch right then and catch you in the middle of a punch. Like he got great skills and senses that you can't teach. And then on top of that, it's like yo, like you gotta take intangibles in consideration too. They gonna push each other to the depths.
Yes, they are.
This guy, Errol Spence, got through getting in that car accident, down there dying, and he done turned, flipped like that, got ejected out of the windshield, landed on the pavement, did another on the pavement. You did what I'm saying? Had a detached retina, had to get that put back in. You did what I'm saying? If you take him to the brinks, is he gonna be? What type of person is he gonna be? You did what I'm saying?
I think Crawford went to the brinks. He ended up knocking the person out in the same round.
And I'm trying to tell you, Gamboa hurt him.
Yeah.
And he hurt him, and he knocked him out right then. He switched right in the middle of Gamboa after he done got hit. He switched from like southpaw to orthodox and caught that nigga in the middle of an exchange. The thing with Crawford is Crawford punches is like old school punch. Like if you look at Sugar Ray Robinson, he could punch and hit a motherfucker like right there, like quick, right there. It was like
Short
this,
punches.
like Bruce Lee short punches and shit. Spence punches a little bit wider. Like his punches a little bit wider. In the exchange, them quick punches is gonna get there quicker.
Yeah.
Then if you standing flat and this motherfucker done hit you and then he over here now, like Bud, he throw punches and he circle. You hear what I'm saying? He throw combinations, he circle and he throw combinations over here. Like Spence throw a hell of a lot of punches in high volume and shit like that, but in the exchanges he not gonna get the best out of it. Because he's not quicker, he's bigger, he's stronger, he got more thumping power, but he don't got more crisper punches, he's not quicker, he don't got better footwork, he not as cerebral as Bud is. Like I done seen Bud make adjustments on the fly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Spence, he kind of fight everybody the same way. Like you gonna get a hell of a jab. He got a great jab. You gonna get great body work. You gonna get disciplined defense. But he don't really fight as good going backwards. Bud can fight going backwards. I done seen him put niggas down like Sean Porter. Shout out Sean Porter, you a dog. Sean Porter from Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, from Ohio. He put him down, stepping back and shooting her up, and then coming over the top with a right. Stepping back though, like you know what I'm saying? And Errol don't fight as good going back.
Another thing about that Crawford fight with Sean Porter, Crawford got killer instincts. Like he found out he was down, and he came out and put that same thing with Gamboa. He got knocked a little bit. He like, all right, let me get this nigga up out of here.
If Crawford fuck around and hurt you, man, shit. If he see blood, he's going for the kill. Now, so both of these guys is probably gonna get hurt at one point or another in this fight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be more dangerous if Spence get hurt and he got Crawford in front of him than if Crawford get hurt and he got Spence in front of him. I'm not saying it ain't gonna be dangerous to get hurt with Spence in front of you, but I'm saying if you get hurt with Crawford in front of you, Crawford finishes shit. Spence ain't finished Mikey Garcia, who's a midget, who moved all the way up there and went 12 rounds with him. He ain't finished Danny Garcia. He ain't finished Sean Porter. You know who finished Sean Porter? Bud Crawford. And he fought Bud Crawford. He fought Bud Crawford and Spence the same way. He went in, and everybody talking about like, yo, they got different Sean Porters. Man, they got that same motherfucker going in there like, yo, we gonna go to war. I'm gonna throw a bunch of motherfucking high volume level of punches. We gonna motherfucking make this a dog fight. I'm gonna bring it in 2 in close and all that. And when he tried to dog Spence, that shit kind of worked. He won about 4-5 rounds. That was a pretty close fight. You hear what I'm saying? When he tried to dog Crawford stopped him right then.
For the audience, what's like weight class are you
This 147. This welterweight. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that I hate to even make it sound like I'm shitting on Spence, because Spence is, we talking about the two best fighters for real in the sport. We talking about arguably the two best fighters in this era. Like this gonna be a great fight for sure. But at the end of the day,
it's for that zero, it's for the belts.
When I put my money on the wood, which I already did, I'm betting on Crawford, man. I'm betting on Crawford with it, man.
Now let me ask you this. So we didn't went through the Crawford. So y'all know who Crawford is. Y'all, you know. Now let's talk about Spence. Now I know y'all got Spence. I know y'all got Crawford winning, but what does Spence have to do to win this fight? What the fight gotta look like?
Hopefully Spence ain't watching. But Spence, the best thing that Spence got going right now, Crawford is a slow starter, which I think that Crawford is gonna probably not start off too slow this fight, because I think he gonna think that they expecting me to start slow. You can come out against Crawford and he's sitting up trying to download data and shit like that first 2-3 rounds. You can steal them first 2-3 rounds and get a lead real quick. Then with Spence, he gotta invest in the body like a motherfucker. And then hopefully because the whole concept of investing in your body early on is to like, yo, maybe down the line this motherfucker run out of gas.
But that's what you've been saying. He said, I'm gonna break him down.
You gotta try to break him down. You gotta go body and do your thing. Jab up top, body, this, that, and third. But at the end of the day, Bud you gotta kill Bud. Like, I don't see Bud stopping. I don't see you can't tell me that he gonna stop Bud Crawford and he ain't stop Mikey Garcia. And he ain't stop Danny Garcia. And he ain't stop Sean Porter. And Sean Porter done won like 4-5 rounds on him. I don't see him I can't see him stopping Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he would have to do. He'd have to try to invest in the body. He'd have to try to make it to where like it's a stand in front of me fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because Bud, it'd be foolish to sit up in front of him and try to trade punch
and fight the same way.
You know what I'm saying?
He can't do that. Now, it's been 2 years since the accident, right?
Mm-hmm.
So right off the accident, he took Danny Garcia. Now he ain't destroy him, and Danny Garcia is a great fighter, good fighter.
Not good. He's
okay, he's a good fighter.
You saw he had a fight.
I know he's
a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.
But and then what about the fight, the Ugas fight?
Ugas is slow as shit. Ugas is not my cup of tea.
No, you know.
Ugas slow as fuck.
He ain't Crawford. He ain't gonna prepare you.
He's
for Crawford.
staying right there for you. He don't got no
He
defense.
took a beating.
And he just took that beating.
Jordanez.
So yeah, he stopped Ugas though. He stopped Ugas, but he showed me something in the Mike Garcia fight. Like, bro, like you got a motherfucker that's a midget that done moved up to your weight class to challenge you for your belts and shit like that. He motherfucking can't hurt you. You big as shit. You a big welterweight.
Yeah.
Like he should be a super welterweight. That's what he going for next. So you got this guy that's small. You should walk him down, and you should punish him, and you should stop him. You let him survive 12 rounds with you, and your fans talking about, oh, it's because he was running all day and moving on. What happened to cut the ring off? What happened to he can't hurt me, so fuck it, I'm gonna walk through this shit. You hear what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Like. He don't got the same.
He about to show you that against Crawford. He about to show you that against Crawford.
He can try that shit.
Because Crawford ain't gonna run like Mikey Garcia was.
Crawford is gonna.
He gonna be crafty. He gonna move, but he ain't gonna run.
He gonna move and be dropping bombs on you. You know what I'm saying? He gonna move and he gonna damage you and cut you up and shit like that. Like he gonna be a dangerous moving target.
So you think
Mikey Garcia was trying to survive.
You think Spence face gonna be cut up? Spence his shit don't be all puffy and none of that shit and none of his fights. Now granted he ain't fought nobody as good as this. Gonna be the best dude he fought by far.
Your shit don't gotta be all cut up and blade up and shit like that for you to get knocked the fuck out.
No, that's true.
That's you know what I'm saying? Like Ryan Garcia went all cut up. It was a body shot to the end of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't just saying this.
Body shot can end Crawford too now.
I ain't just saying it, but Crawford can take it though. Crawford, he gets hurt and he gets more intense.
Now
he gets more locked in.
Tank said Crawford got a glass shield.
But Tank saying that because they both was at 140.
Yeah, he been fighting.
Like they don't had conversations about fighting each other.
Yeah.
So he don't fuck and then Tank is homies with Spence.
With Spence, no, for sure.
So they riding together. Just like Shakur riding with Bud in them.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But so you gotta listen to the bias joints out of it. Like,
yeah, you gotta know it's a bias.
Yeah, that's a bias opinion, but
because I think they both got metal shields. If we being honest,
they both got metal shields. And neither one of them got no glass jaw.
No.
Shit, neither one of them got no glass jaw.
All this shit you were saying about the action, I think this is the best Spence we gonna see. I think he back like the Terminator. I think he didn't recover from all that shit.
But the thing is,
he didn't took. Granted, they went Crawford, but he didn't took 2 big fights. Danny Garcia is a big fight, and so is Uga. He beat champion.
This is the best Bud that we gonna see too.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But the opponents make it that way. You know, you fighting the best. You gonna have the best training camp.
Right here, I better be prepared because this guy coming in and he gonna reach out to hurt.
You can't bring nothing less than your
You can't bring nothing less than it. But at the end of the day, if you go into the deep waters, who got the best tools?
He the big fish though. The big fish can swim in them deep waters.
Man, he gonna get fish fried.
Ain't enough grease. You ain't got enough grease to fry shark.
It's gonna be filleted.
You ain't got enough grease to fry shark now.
Short meat firm and all that shit. You take a shark up out of the water with it, what happens to it?
He a hammerhead.
You take a shark out of the water, what happens to it? It died too. It need water. You take him out of his environment. I'm telling you, Spence can't fight going backwards as good as he got fight going forward. Spence.
Crawford not gonna make him go backwards.
Spence, he need a motherfucking kind of in front of him. He ain't really fought no motherfucker that got footwork like Bud. Ugas? No.
Yeah, no, hell no.
Mikey Garcia? No. Danny Garcia? No. He done fought Sean Porter? No. Sean Porter coming right to you. He ain't really Kell Brook? No, bum. Just big as shit. That's it. Like
big for no reason.
And Bud broke him down.
They both did.
You know what I'm saying? But every time Bud break a nigga down, they saying he don't get credit for it because this guy wasn't the same at this point.
But in the defense of that argument, Triple G broke Kell Brook down first. He knocked both of the niggas out of socks.
Yeah. But the thing is,
and then Spence knocked one in again, and then he was a punching bag for all 3 of them.
Punching bag. But the thing is, people gotta take in consideration that like at the end of the day, I've seen with the Inu and the Fulton shit. They talking about who did Inu fight, who did this, that, and the third. Who the fuck did Fulton fight? You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about the resumes. Who the fuck did Spence fight then? Who did he fight?
They fought the same.
They fought the same
Spence
niggas just about
first.
I mean, these two guys been fighting niggas that we know that they gonna win. If Bud fought all the same niggas that Spence fought, he gonna get the same motherfucking record, undefeated. It's nobody that Spence fought that can fuck with Bud. Nobody. Not Danny Garcia.
Same thing, vice versa though.
You get what I'm saying? So they gotta go. They gotta fight each other, and we gonna find out who the best is.
We about to find out who the real pound for pound
You
is.
can't compare their resume and gauge off of their resume. You just gotta gauge off of what they done showed. You know what I mean? And I done seen more from Bud Crawford. I done seen way more. I done seen the ability to adjust. I done seen the instincts. I done seen the footwork.
In a lot of different
I done seen the switch hitting, the southpaw to orthodox. I done seen the stopping and the finishing. I done seen the dog in them. I done seen them get hurt and stop a motherfucker the same round. You know what I'm saying? I done seen the speed out of them, the quickness out of them. The power advantage and the size advantage definitely go to Spence. But shit, Foreman had more power and size than Ali. What happened? Liston had more power and size than Ali. What happened? Miguel Cotto had more power and size than Floyd Mayweather. What happened? Skills pay the bills.
That's a fact.
Skills pay the
got
bills.
skills too though.
Yeah, but he got skills. But is his skills as good as Bud's?
Nah.
But he got skills. But it's an old
They
school
both
fight.
got their advantages.
It's an old school fight. Alexis Aguero versus Aaron Pryor. I feel like if you look it up, go and watch, you will see a preview to what we gonna see. I think Aaron Pryor is like a Terrence Crawford is like a little baby Aaron Pryor, and I think that Alexis Aguero and Spence kind of got similarities. Jab, body work, you know what I mean? Kind of be stationary, don't really move as much. You know what I'm saying? And Aaron Pryor is more of a Terrence Crawford. Like he kind of wild a little bit at times, but he be controlled and he got instincts and he got footwork and he got slip game and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that time will tell, but we're gonna see. We're gonna have to come back and recap.
So real quick, let's swing it around.
Got 4 days.
Give me y'all prediction. give me y'all. We'll start with Don. Give me y'all prediction of who gonna win and how they gonna win. Let's swing it around.
I got Crawford with a late knockout. I say 11.
Give me a round.
I said 11th round.
What about you, John? Where we at with it? You gotta come up off that fence, man. You gotta come up off that fence.
Been wavering.
Gotta put your money on the side.
Damn.
That nigga like 50-50. You can say 50-50.
You can go split decision.
You can go 50-50. You go either way.
Fuck no. I want a winner.
But that's not that wouldn't be the job. That wouldn't be the job.
You know that ain't me. Fuck. I got Spence.
What round and in what way? Or you gotta go in the distance.
No, somebody gonna get knocked out.
Shit.
Somebody get knocked out.
So you think Spence gonna knock out Wood?
What round? Give it to it. What round?
12.
Damn. Ooh, down to the wire. Wood got one more round to survive.
Right.
You gonna go Stevens down, but around early.
So you got Crawford 10. Knockout in 10. Okay, like Porter.
I can see that. I wouldn't be shocked.
You got Trey.
Shit, give me Crawford. I say probably like 8th.
I know. Alright, dog.
Okay, damn, that's early too.
8th round. Okay.
I'll be happy.
I got.
You saying that because you got his money on it.
I got Spence by majority decision.
Ooh, majority decision. That's gonna be a close.
You gonna let the white folks judge?
I mean, I want rematches, so I want this fight to be as close as possible.
It's a rematch clause.
Regardless,
whoever lose, they got X amount of time to be like, yo, run this shit back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna stick to what I know. Cavs in 6.
So that's Spence. Spence is the Cavs.
I'm dead. Man, I got Bud. I don't do round predictions and shit like that. I wouldn't be shocked if Bud stopped him. I wouldn't be shocked. But I feel like Bud definitely gonna get this shit, man. Cause I done seen both of them and watched both of them, and I know that Bud is a more skillful fighter. Like, I know he's the most skillful fighter, even though they both got superior skills.
For sure.
But Bud just his shit is just
Bud skills.
his shit a little bit more vast.
Yeah.
And then in exchanges, I'm telling you, them short punches gonna get there before them long punches gonna get there. You know what I mean? It's gonna be, and then he fuck around and catch him with some shit and hurt him. He going to kill. You know what I'm saying?
You got that killing instinct. That's for
They,
sure.
they both got a small margin for error, right?
No, for sure.
But Bud's margin for error is a little bit bigger, I feel like. Because he got a chin, he can take it, dish it as good as he can dish it out. And the guy, Spence, don't finish shit. He ain't knocked nobody out since like, besides Ugas. He ain't knocked nobody out since when? You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen him knock niggas out for real.
Every dog has his day.
Shit. Not Floyd. Not Floyd Mayweather.
Who has Bud knocked out recently? Who is worth talking about?
Everybody he fought, he knocked out. He knocked out the last guy he fought, Avenesia, who ain't shit. But he knocked out
Everybody need a little warm up.
he knocked out Sean Porter. He knocked out Kell Brook. He knocked out Gamboa, who was undefeated when he knocked him out. At 140, he knocked him out. Gamboa was true. He knocked out
Nigga look like Nelly.
Benavidez.
That nigga look like a
He
Mexican
did though.
Nelly.
He was like the Puerto Rican Nelly. He knocked out Benavidez in round 12 and shit. And Benavidez is a tough guy. He knocked out the white boy, Mean Machine. I'm talking about his last like 10 fights, all knockouts. Knockout. It's a reason why motherfuckers scared to fight this guy. Like Boots Ennis, I heard he turned down the contract, and his people was like, yo, like, it's because Showtime said that we can't fight on nothing but Showtime. Like motherfucking Showtime ain't work with ESPN to get Ford in the Inu fight. Like shit,
No,
you
sure.
said that real quick. You said no to that contract mighty quick.
But look, I'm glad you mentioned that.
You know what
'Cause,
I'm saying?
like, this is my next question. So, what's after this fight? What's next? Do we get a rematch? And then I know we got the Charlo and the Canelo fight. That could be a next fight for
Yeah,
Spence.
ain't no telling, yeah.
And then, like, we know Boots is calling out Crawford, but he declining contracts.
Boots definitely want. He deserves a shot though. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
for sure.
I feel like if don't nobody
He
else, he deserves a shot at 147. But I think that after this, Spence should go up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After he get his ass whooping, he should just go on up to 154. You know what I'm saying? Fight either Charlo or fight somebody at 154. I feel like
Canelo.
I done heard shit about alright, Crawford, he win, he wanna go and get Charlo next. Leave that nigga alone, man. Like, bro, you done came up from 135, 140 and shit like that. You at 147, you not that big of a nigga.
Charlo be barking though.
Yeah, but
You know Bud, he already said he.
But I done seen Tito Trinidad move up too much in weight.
Yeah.
I done seen Roy Jones move up too much in weight. I done seen every fighter move up too much in weight, and then that's when
I
that's
heard
when you
somebody
get your
ask
nail
about
clean.
Canelo. He
Nail
like,
clean.
nigga, I'm not going up there.
Canelo jump up and down crazily and
But
shit.
no, Crawford already said he not going.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
might at the
168,
maximum
yeah.
54. But he like nigga, I ain't
Yeah,
going
they
up
asked me
there.
if you want to go to 168. They want to see
Yeah,
you
bro, I'm
get
not
killed,
going up
bro.
there.
Like they don't
No,
give a
for
fuck
sure,
about you, man.
for
They not
sure.
gonna push you on wheelchair. They not
For
gonna
sure.
pay no medical bills, raise your kids, none of that
That's
shit. man.
crazy though.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, I used to fight 130. Nigga, y'all think I'm about to go up 30 pounds to fight a nigga? No.
Yeah, like,
Whoa.
and I ain't doing nothing but getting older, because it ain't gonna take me a day to get there.
That's not how.
It's
It
like,
ain't
come on.
like you getting taller and longer.
Yeah, nigga, I'm not about to jump 30 pounds to fight
And
nobody.
you gonna go and fight one of the top lions in that division.
Yeah, no,
Come
hell
on, man.
no.
It's not, they want to see you do that shit, and then once you lose, they ain't gonna take none of that into consideration. They gonna be like, I told you, such and such beat him.
I just jumped
Wait,
30 fucking pounds.
Uncle Earl said, you ain't told me shit.
That nigga do like AB right there, no, God. That nigga look like AB bad.
About billions. Now, our last thing, I seen niggas in the comments on that particular post talking about Tank a beat Crawford.
Hell no.
What y'all think about that?
Tank,
Nah, I can see
Tank,
Yeah, I
Tank is
can't
more
see that.
explosive.
I can't see that.
Tank more explosive, but the thing is,
He not gonna hurt it.
you gotta get to him to land that punch now.
Tank at 135.
Tank at 135 and shit, but he done fought at 140 before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and then on top of that, they two different weight divisions right now. Like it's too far gone. Like Bud is at 147. He's not coming back down to 130, 135 and shit like that. Man.
And Bud in
He not
the
even coming
twilight.
back down to
Bud in the
140.
twilight of his career.
Yeah.
Tank.
And then Tank is a 135er. 140 maybe at the
20,
biggest
yeah.
kind of. You did what I'm saying? Like 147 would be too big for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He ain't gonna have the same amount of speed probably. He gained that weight. You did what I'm saying? Going there. And then on top of that, you gotta. Okay, he got the punching power, but you gotta land that shit now.
No,
You got a motherfucker in front of you that's not gonna just let you land. You don't got Ryan Garcia in front of you.
He ain't
bro.
fought nobody like Crawford.
Like that shit ain't. That shit
Not
don't
even
work.
close to that skill set.
But when
You need to fight
He's
Shakur
going
though.
to lose that.
Crawford would be like playing a bully doing that. But the way that Kane can play a bully by if Inu jump up to fight him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Little dude Inu can't fight. Can't fight Tank.
Nobody heard me.
You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna come in and then need to be this close to you. He coming in to knock you out. He gonna get knocked the fuck out.
So he gonna get
Like you can't fight Tank inside like that.
He gonna get that liver shot, or he gonna get across that chin
Like
like
you
Rogan.
can't go right into Tank's house
Nah.
and think that he ain't about to just
That's
throw
not how
some.
you gonna beat
He
him.
about to knock you the fuck out. In that bitch, like you know what I'm saying? You gotta use it. That's why
And is
Garcia.
Inu taller?
Nah, it was a little short.
Okay,
He's
he's short.
Japanese dude, man. Who can hit hard as fuck, but he ain't never fought no Tank Davis though. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is crazy. Motherfuckers, they don't be knowing that like, yo, it's weight divisions for a reason.
No,
Like they sit up. It was weight divisions. It used to be just like middleweight, welterweight, lightweight, heavyweight. It wasn't no supers and no juniors.
Yeah.
They put them supers and juniors in that bitch. Like, yo, man, we need to break this shit up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you get hurt. You know what I mean? Going in there with a guy that's really walking around 170 and he done shrunk all the way down to like 135, 140. You did what I'm saying? Yeah. He done shrunk all the way down and he got a nutritionist and a diet plan to have all muscle going in there again.
Purse is heavy.
You did what I'm saying?
Purse is heavy.
100?
The purse is heavy.
100?
You gotta command that. You gotta
Floyd
command that. You ain't gonna.
100 million?
Yeah, you gotta be Floyd for that type of
Canelo getting like 30 million and shit like that.
Right here,
He the top dog.
He the top dog in the game.
He
He
the
got
cash
like
cow in the
30K
game
and
right
shit.
now.
30 million and shit.
You getting 100 mil. Your name better be Floyd Money Mayweather.
I'm talking about for that 40 pounds.
To cut that weight.
So, you know what I'm saying? 100?
No, niggas do it for less.
Niggas do that shit for
Much less.
They get him a motel room.
Niggas do that shit for
Like,
less.
nigga, you get a motel 6.
And we pay for breakfast.
You paying for the breakfast.
Damn.
He gonna give you a plastic.
All I can have is egg whites. Shit, I can't eat shit.
My belt ain't even leather, my nigga. Like, this shit ain't even leather, bro. That bitch making noise when you took it around you and shit.
The shower don't work.
That's the belt that nigga Martin had fighting Tommy Hearns.
Oh, yeah.
That plastic belt.
That shit was funny.
But shit, I think that's all the questions I got on the boxing, man. It's other shit coming up though, but we'll say that for another day. That's gonna be a hell of a fight,
It's gonna be a hell of a
I
fight,
can't
man.
wait. to this
I can't
fight,
wait,
bro.
man. I'm counting down this shit.
I can't wait. for this
I
fight.
can't wait. I think the quality of it gonna be like classic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
it's gonna be a classic.
the Pacquiao and the Floyd shit was like one of the biggest fights and shit like that.
That
When it
happened.
happened,
a little-
when it
yeah,
happened, it was
exactly.
too late.
Way too
That was
late.
way too
And it was
much.
too late because Pacquiao was ducking that drug test
Yeah, cause
for years and
I
years
think-
and years.
Was Pacquiao the older fighter?
They both like, no, yeah,
no,
Pacquiao
yeah.
older than
Pacquiao was
Mayweather.
37 and Mayweather was 35.
Yeah,
Too late.
yeah.
It was like he just ain't had a desire to
And
fight that
Pacquiao already
fight.
had 5 losses going into that fight.
That's crazy.
It wasn't in
Well,
either.
he'd already lost to like Juan Marquez, I think.
Yeah.
He already got knocked and put to sleep. But that was because I'm telling you, he was coming off them steroids. He was
coming down.
He was like, yo, I'm gonna take this Floyd fight. He was like, but this nigga is not gonna fight me without this motherfucking Olympic style drug testing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to come off this shit. So
Let me
let me
test it out
test
on
this
him.
shit out a little bit.
Got
He
his
fought
bean.
like Timothy Bradley
Got
and
his bean rocked.
he wouldn't cracking when he cracked niggas, it wasn't getting the same effect.
So why they hate Barry Bonds so much?
He a black man. You know, we get it the worst.
But it's a taboo part in the sport of boxing. A lot of these boxers is on steroids. I mean, cause they don't got regular testing. You just don't know.
You get away with it.
You just-
like
they just
baseball.
get
You
away with
it.
The
Some
only
is
the
gonna
niggas
take
that
their
got
chance.
caught is like Roy Jones, and they want to shit on his whole
They
career.
never proved that Barry Bonds was steroids.
That's a fact.
It's alleged.
But out of all those sports, I feel like, yo, Boxing, we should be drug testing these niggas, cause I mean they really in there to hurt each other.
For sure.
Like motherfuckers hitting home runs.
That's one thing.
The number one.
He trying to knock the liver off a baseball.
You trying to kill a baseball?
Trying to knock a nigga head off. That's a different game.
Yeah, for real.
At least like 5 motherfuckers die in a boxing ring every year. You know what I'm saying? That's why they cut it from 15 rounds to 12.
12, no, fact.
Cause Dooku Kim died against Red Boom Boom Massine. And it was in like the 13th, 14th round where he collapsed. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, that's the most deadliest rounds. 13, 14, 15. We gonna cut this shit down. You know what I'm saying? That's why they put them different weight classes in. And it was like, you know what, we ain't gonna. That's why they put gloves on motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And they used to bare knuckle it out and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And even with the young fighters, it be shorter rounds because you got to build your way up to even
Exactly,
go that
yeah.
long.
Unless your name Lomachenko. And then you get a title fight your first fight.
Yeah.
And then a world title fight your second one.
Cause you the amateur goat.
Right, because
Like
you the
somebody
amateur
give a
go,
fuck about
yeah,
that
like,
shit.
Because you white. And you from the Ukraine and you they great white hope. Like, you know what I mean? You name the greatest boxers of all time, you name African American.
And my thing is, my thing is for the
I
people.
trained with Siberian tiger.
My thing is, my thing out there for the Devin Haney haters out there. I ain't gotta say no names.
Man.
If he was so great, why he ain't clean? Why ain't he wipe the floor with boy? If he's so great,
If Devin
why
was
he
so
ain't
great,
wipe the floor with him?
why niggas still think he lost?
Why he ain't wipe the
Because
floor
niggas
with
don't
him?
know boxing, bro. Most niggas don't know boxing, bro. How many rounds did Lomachenko win?
I don't care how great them two
You
rounds
ask-
he won
if you
is, they
ask a
still 2
motherfucker- If you
rounds.
ask a motherfucker how many rounds did Lomachenko win, they have a look like that. They be like, they wouldn't count him. They were just watching the fight and they were like, oops, it looked like Loma won. Like, no, the thing is this. Let me explain boxing to you. It's scored round by round. Okay? So basically, if you gotta, if me and Trey fight, in the first round, he land 100 punches on me and I don't land none. If from round 2 to round 11, I'll land 1 punch each of those rounds and he ain't land 1 punch. He done outlanded me 89 punches to my 11. You know, he done outlanded me by 89 more punches. But I still won because I won 11 rounds. Now, if you look at the fight, you probably be like, man, he beat the shit out of him that first. He hit him 100 times. And that motherfucker ain't hit him now but like 10 times on the whole fight. No. It's round by round by round. Loma
Listen.
Loma didn't turn it on until like round 9 or 10.
The convincing is not gonna happen. I'm on my EB stance right here.
This for the audience,
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Lomachenko.
It's not gonna happen. Cause y'all niggas was down. I was in the basement watching the fight with y'all. He wasn't there. Y'all niggas was down there nervous. Cause when the shit came, when they read the card, y'all niggas was just as surprised as I was. So we not. Come on, man. We not gonna. You fighting?
I ain't gonna lie.
Cause I was sitting right next to y'all niggas and y'all like, damn.
I'm not about to argue about
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Damn. I didn't think it would go. Word.
In my
I was right
head-
next to y'all. So we can pod.
In my head, I was thinking, I hope they don't steal this shit.
Win is the win.
You hear what I'm saying?
That's like-
In my head, I
exactly what he
was thinking, I hope
said
they
on the
don't
pod.
steal this shit. I done seen
Joe
a
Burrow's
lot of
1B, right?
robberies
That's
of
what he
boxing.
said.
Joe Burrow's 1B.
We talking about boxing.
Joe Burrow 1B.
Don't be
right?
corny now. We
Joe
talking about
Burrow
boxing.
1B, right?
We talking about boxing. Don't be corny.
Man.
Stop being. Don't be corny. We talking about
Stop
boxing.
playing.
Don't be corny.
Stop playing.
We're boxing. We're boxing right now.
Y'all doing that in front of company.
boxing.
Y'all doing it in front of company.
We
Cause I sat next to y'all niggas during the fight.
Okay.
I came on this pod before company was here and stood on my Devin Haney take. I didn't say the same shit he was saying.
Win is the win.
I didn't sit and say he won more rounds. Yeah, round 10 and 11 was exciting. He got his rocks off.
I was looking
That's
there
2
like,
fucking rounds.
I was looking there like, man.
And he ain't put him down. He got his rocks off so crazy and still ain't put
I was
shit
like, I
down.
hope they don't steal this shit though. Cause I done seen boxing
That's
matches
what I was thinking.
get stolen. I had my money on the line, so I'm like, nigga, I hope they don't steal this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause clearly,
you was more nervous than us.
it was like
man,
Haney's
for
in
real.
178, but I wasn't nervous because I'm like, I ain't putting all my eggs in one basket.
No, for sure.
When I put it up, I'm ready. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Haney gave that boy a boxing lesson. I don't know what fight motherfuckers was looking at.
If they fight again, I got Haney again.
I got Haney again, even by way.
I think Haney gonna learn from
Then
that.
on top of that, Haney beat him at his fight. Haney beat him at his fight. Haney beat him on a mid-range and in-close game. You did what I'm saying? You can't win a title from the champion by only winning round 10 and 11 and then giving up round 12. He gave the leg that he had to stand on the way when he gave up round 12. Lomachenko even said that I thought I was up, so I just gave round 12 away. You stupid motherfucker, this is a close fight. Right? I mean, like, it wasn't even really that close of a fight, but I'm giving y'all the benefit of the doubt. It was a close fight. But if it's a close fight, do you say that Lomachenko washed him?
I didn't say that.
So if it's a
I didn't
close
say that, but y'all saying Devin Haney watched him.
Nobody
What
said
fucking
Devin
fight?
Haney
He just said it wasn't close.
All we said is
Bro,
Did I not hear what I just said? He just said it wasn't close.
That's
Are we
what
ending
he
this?
said.
Can we end this?
All I'm saying is he won 7 rounds.
I didn't say that.
The first 7 rounds is all
I was ready to go.
I'm
You
just
got
happy
shit
you
on
know
me
that.
about Ryan Davis.
The first 7 rounds was all Devin Haney.
He got washed?
The first 7.
He
Let me
won
tell you this.
10 rounds, John.
There was
I'm not
either
saying he
with a
got
jab
washed, but he
or
won 10 rounds.
There was in there with a jab up top and was digging to the body the whole night.
It was a close ass fight.
So listen up, everybody. You've been tuned in. You've been tuned in.
Washed?
He
got washed?
anyway.
Damn, 2 hours.
Damn, that was quick.
That shit about real.
Loma turns it on mad late. He did it against Jermaine Ortiz. He waited mad late to turn it on against Jermaine Ortiz, right? And he beat Jermaine because Jermaine ain't as skillful as him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you can't sit up and give away the first 6, 7, damn near 8 rounds of a fight. And then turn it on round 9, 10, 11.
And he lost to Tio.
What is you waiting for?
He
You
overrated.
know what I'm saying? Like that boy is overrated.
Oh, but if I remember, I think Loma won either the first couple two, and Dev,
I didn't go watch
and
the
Dev
fight.
won first and middle, and Loma came in and won the couple towards.
Most people when they watch the fights, they can't see whether or not the punches is landing or not. A lot of times Lomachenko was throwing a punch flurry of like 6 or 7 punches. Only 2 of them motherfuckers are getting in. But the crowd, if you watching it, you listening to the announcer and you listening to the crowd going crazy, because they pro Loma, bias Loma, you probably persuaded to think that, oh, Loma whooping ass right now. Devin Haney, the deflected half of them bitches, 2 of them landed, motherfucker threw 6 punches, and now Devin go and take it right back to his, slow it back down to his speed. Jab, jab, body. And when he come in with body, he digging body. I done seen the motherfucker take him, turn him, and shoot some ups even. Like Dev was whooping his ass until about like round 9, 10, 11. Like 10 and 11 was all Lomachenko. But it's back to what I said. If Lomachenko was kicking his ass 10 and 11. But that's only 2 fucking rounds, I'm just counting. It's a 12-round fight. Where was you at the rest of the fight? Then round 12, he even said that he lost that round. So you can't even try to give him that round.
Do we get a rematch?
He don't deserve a rematch the way he acting. He acting like a bitch. He is sitting up like, oh, I'm gonna sign a petition to get this erased off of my record. To get, nigga, shut the fuck up, bro. Like,
Is that just like Donald Trump said in the election was
Before the
stolen?
fight, he said he
Yeah.
never lost with 3
you
losses on
said
his
you never
record.
lost it. You lost your
So you
second
already know how
fight.
he is.
You lost your second fight to a nigga named Salido that had 13 losses. Salido had 13 losses already, bro, and you lost to Salido, dog.
Sausalito's.
It was a close ass split
Nigga
decision.
lost to a restaurant.
Yeah. You lost to an old ass nigga that lost 13 times.
No, hey, Loma a good fighter, man. I ain't sitting here hating.
Loma a
on
good
Loma,
fighter,
man.
but he ain't elite like
Niggas talking about he Hall of Famer, one of the best
Shakur
ever. Like, come on,
Stevenson.
bro. He don't want to fight
Tank
Shakur.
Davis. I want to see him fight
He don't want to
Shakur
fight
next.
Shakur.
Yeah, I want to see him fight Shakur next and see him fight Tank next. Tank gonna knock him out. Shakur gonna do
You
the
think Devin gonna take that mandatory against Shakur, or is he gonna move up?
I think if Devin's smart, he gonna move to 140.
Are you shouldn't take the mandatory with Shakur?
He shouldn't take the mandatory Shakur because Shakur is more dangerous. And he the A side. He don't gotta. Shakur need to fight him more than he need to fight him.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? He need to go to 140 and clean out 140. So then you'll be a 2-time undisputed fighter.
The streets,
So,
the
so
street.
now you got more leverage than you already got. He already got the leverage. Can Tank come up to him and say he A side? Can Shakur come up to him and say A side? You know, I feel like Shakur is the best fighter out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Shakur is the best fighter. But when it come down to A side, look at what Floyd Mayweather did with Oscar De La Hoya. When he went to Oscar De La Hoya, he said he was the B side. Okay, man, I'm B side. I gotta go and you say we gonna fight at 154, even though the biggest I get is 147. Bet we go up to 154. We said we gonna no rehydration clause, so you can blow up to 165, 170 and come in this bitch and fight. And I can't get no bigger than 152. Bet. All right, bet. With no rehydration clause. You say that I'm gonna get this percentage, 20%, 25%, the same percentage that Devin Haney offered to Shakur. Because it's like, yo, this man didn't put the work in. But the thing is, you take one pay cut, beat him, and now you ain't never got to take another pay cut.
The rest of your career.
If you do the right thing, win. And if you confident in yourself, you put that bet on yourself. You say, okay, I'm gonna place this, I'm gonna do this pay cut, and I'm gonna go in this bitch, take all the belts, and now I'm A-side forever now. You know what I'm saying? And Shakur missed the bag because they called his bluff. They said, this nigga probably, we gonna get this nigga 20% and see what this nigga say.
See how thirsty he is.
Watch this young nigga, he don't know. And he said, well, I need more than 20%. And Dev's like, oh, nigga, yup, too late. It's like, and guess what? That 20%, you would have made more than that than your last 3 fights with that 20%. 20% of this much.
Who wins the fight though?
You know what I mean? It's 20% of this much is worth more than 80% of this much. You get what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
But who wins the fight? I got Shakur. Shakur is more sharper. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney don't hit as hard. Devin ain't as sharper. His defense not as good. And I seen him spar, and I think that was when they was mad young though. But I think this Shakur is just a little bit more talented. You know what I mean? He's just a little bit more sharper. Like he and then you don't never hardly see him lose rounds. Like that motherfucker so sharp, it's crazy. Like he don't lose rounds hardly. I done seen Devin Haney kind of fade towards the end a little bit. Like he run out of gas a little bit.
I done seen Tank lose rounds.
Tank lose hella rounds, bro. Tank lose hella rounds. He's not as skillful as those guys, but he hit harder than both of them put together. And he more explosive than both of them put together. And he's sneaky. Like that motherfucker, he'll set you up with a punch that you ain't never seen coming out of nowhere. Like, and that motherfucker be putting niggas to bed. You won't wake up the next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, neither one of them got power like that guy. But the thing is, if you fighting Shakur is going to beat Tank because Shakur got better defense than any of those guys. He got some of the best defense. He's not going to get hurt. I mean, he's not going to get hit flush like that. Good luck trying to hit that nigga flush like that.
No, like you said, he gonna be looking for that knockout for 12 rounds.
And then he gonna outbox you the whole time. He gonna be smart and he's cerebral. Like you know when to take chances, and then he gauge ranges. Like his slip games, like you will miss the punch by this much.
What was his last Oscar Valdez? He put a masterclass.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of Oscar Valdez. Then he fought the Asian dude at 135. His first fight at 135. He couldn't get a fight at 135. Fucking Cambosis turned it down. Pitbull Cruz turned it down. But he took a Tank fight. Pitbull Cruz turned down Shakur shit. Who else? Devin was already fighting Loma and shit like that. Tank was already fighting Garcia. It was a nigga named Zepeda, that Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, they got him. Oscar said, nah, we trying to build Zepeda up a little bit more before we put him in there against you. How much bigger you think this nigga gonna get? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, put him in there against Shakur so he can get his ass whooped and get stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was ducking that guy. The two boogeymen of boxing right now is Bud Crawford and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas, motherfuckers is ducking smoke with them. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that smoke with them.
They both in the same, they stable mates.
And they both stable mates. And they both spar each other. And they both give each other game. But the OG, but the young bull give game too. You know what I'm saying? The young bull done grew so much and shit. You know, but I think boxing is back. Like motherfucker, man. Like that shit. It's
got my attention.
Yeah, it's so much talent. It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in the heavyweights, you got Wilder and you got Tyson Fury and shit like that. Like, the heavyweights have been trash for forever. You know what I mean? Like, they still trash, for real,
But somebody was saying that they feel like the issue with this era is too much talent, and it ain't like that de facto like superstar. That's what's kind of.
It's an easy issue. The issue with this
but
era,
they just need to start fighting each other.
The issue with this era,
They just need to start fighting each other.
It's too many belts, man. It's too many belts. You got too many motherfuckers that got a belt and they feel like they the nigga and they the A side and they don't gotta fight nobody and they the champion. You got too many belts. You need each weight class need one belt.
No, facts, I agree.
2 at the absolute most. Like at the absolute most. Like okay, 2 is tolerable. But why do we got 5 major belts and then we got all these extra belts? Like Tank got a regular belt. Like what the you got international belts and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Like let's just have 1 belt or at least 2 belts each weight class. So then if you want to get a belt, you gotta fight that guy. And then the number 2 gotta fight the, you know what I'm saying? And Floyd, it was a gift and a curse to boxing. It was a gift because he brought so many fans, whether they was fans of him or whether they just wanted to see him. Yeah. He brought so many people to the sport of boxing, and he sold. He was the cash cow, one of the biggest cash cows. But the bad part about Floyd is Floyd being so great and fighting everybody and being undefeated. Got everybody want to be undefeated, and they think that when you get 1 loss, and that's the end for you.
Yep.
So they scared and they ducking a loss. But
Floyd stopped caring about belts. Like Tank don't care. He feel like I make the most money fucking belts.
I'm about to get back to that real quick. But Floyd didn't duck nobody for real. Floyd fought everybody and beat everybody.
No, for sure.
Because he could. Most people can't say, okay, yo, I'm gonna fight everybody and go out undefeated.
Bud like that too though.
Yeah, Bud is like that. That's what I'm saying. But most people, in order to go out undefeated, you gonna have to say, nah, I'm not fighting that guy. Nah, I'm not fighting that guy. Nah. And you're gonna have to duck smoke. You know what I'm saying? Because you fight that guy, he gonna knock you out. But you want to be undefeated. So you in that bitch like, nah. You helping the politics. You really don't want to fight. And that guy might feel the same way about you. Might be like, yo, you know what? I duck that smoke so I can have a 30-0 record, man. You know what I'm saying? And then the reason why you had said something about Floyd what you
not
say?
caring about belts.
Not caring about belts. The reason why Floyd only fought for 1 belt, WBC. The other ones he collected just like accidentally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they charge you a sanctioning fee. They want like 10% or some shit like that.
You know Floyd didn't give
Yeah, them niggas want like 8 or 10%. You gotta pay each. Yeah, you gotta pay each of that to each belt. So if you fighting like how they fighting for undisputed for 5 belts, add the 10 up. Like they might take down to half your money, man.
And like Spence was saying, he was saying like, all right, y'all taking that money, what y'all doing with it?
Yeah.
How's it helping the boxers?
And they trying to say that, oh yeah, we're taking that money and we're putting it to help the boxers, and it takes money to buy these venues and the this, that, and the third, and all that different type of shit. Like yo, we need receipts to correlate with this shit. Because
y'all
it's like,
make that off the event.
Yeah, like y'all niggas making bread back, my nigga. Like, and then
y'all not hurt for no
and then it's not even real diamonds in that bitch. It's not even real gold in that bitch. It's not even like, and then on top of that, why y'all being so greedy? Y'all making 12 belts. Like, nigga, we need to make a belt, bro. Like, let's make a belt and charge niggas 10%.
The real culture belt.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these niggas getting so sweet to them, they making belts for no reason. They making a Mexican belt for Canelo and shit. Like, they just coming out with shit and charging sanctioning fees on that bitch. So it's like politics is in every sport, man. That shit is in every sport, man. That's the downside of every sport. Like we love that shit and we want to see it, but
you know that's the colonizer's game, illegal taxation.
Yeah, it's a business though.
They're gonna tax you to death.
No representation.
Yep.
Yeah.
9th grade history. No, it was that 8th grade.
They all say they non-profit organizations, bro.
Shit.
Of course they did.
Somebody making a profit.
World Boxing Organization.
No profit for
Somebody
you.
making a motherfucking profit.
It's no profit for you.
Non-profit organization. Smartest niggas in the world. Smartest shit.
You'll get taxed then.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, last thing before we get out of here, man. Shout out to Real Culture Clothing, man. Like I said,
Yeah,
one of the top
for
brands
sure.
in Cleveland.
Appreciate that, dog.
Fly shit. I just want y'all to talk a little bit about y'all brand, how y'all got started. You know what I mean? We trying to get into the game now that we got, we building our starting 5 brand. So
Yeah, you definitely
it's a
got
little game, man, to rock out with.
Shit, man, we started in 2018, man, and it's basically like, yo, like I done always been a nigga that like go get some bread and go get fresh. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I'm always managing my money and shit. So I'm thinking like, yo, man, like all this bread that I'm spending on putting on Polo Ralph Lauren on me, and this nigga Ralph Lauren don't give a fuck about niggas probably 9 times out of 10. Like, I'm putting all this money into like, you know what I mean, the white folks' pockets and shit, and I'm promoting them for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could design some shit myself, and then do it with a purpose and put my day one niggas right with me with it. You know what I'm saying?
LeBron shit.
And that's really what it's all about, man. It's like real culture. You know what I'm saying? We for the culture. We're not trying to swing. We're not trying to. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to get mainstream or no shit like that. Like how y'all niggas
with the trends.
with this, like y'all like I'm like, can you cuss? You like, man, yeah, cuss,
That
man.
shit fly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's our shit.
And cause it's y'all shit.
Right.
Ain't nobody the boss of y'all.
Right.
Y'all doing this shit for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if this shit was stressful, y'all just wouldn't do this shit. You know what I'm
This
saying?
shit like
Motherfucker,
therapy.
you
I
stay
ain't
that
gonna
stress
hold
for some shit like a 9 to 5 or something like that. Some shit that you gotta go in and beat the clock, and you take this shit and invest it into something that you actually can have a passion and have enjoyment and sense of, yo, this is an ownership thing. And this go back to like how we talking about like ain't no black commissioners, ain't no black owners, but all the players is black. All the motherfuckers is getting broke up is black.
The labor is black.
All the, you know what I'm saying? Like these owners is motherfucking living the life of Riley, bro. These players is like Earl Campbell walking around limping throughout their whole old. Don't nobody want to enjoy their youth, and then when they hit 40 and 50 and 60 and 70 years old, they decrepit as fuck. Like they got all types of aches and pains because helmets have been rammed in them. They head all fucked up like Junior Seau.
Yeah.
This shit. You know what I'm saying? Like and then you gonna complain about paying them? You gonna complain about the way they acting and shit like that? And you done took motherfuckers from the hood and gave them money, and you expect that you gonna tell them what to wear on the sideline? You know what I'm saying? Like the NBA wouldn't even let AI have jeans and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the NFL wouldn't let Colin Kaepernick take a damn knee for it. Why is he taking the knee during the national anthem? Y'all care more about the anthem than y'all do about why he's taking the knee? Because of police brutality. So what do you care more about? You care more about the social climate for niggas, or do you care more about a flag and a national anthem that was made when slavery was in motherfucking effect? You know what I'm saying? So we gotta look at this shit and be like, yo, what is we really putting our money into?
For sure.
We need to put our money into, like, yo, if you got an appliance store and my stove go out, I need to holler at you, bro. We need to politic. I don't need to go to Sears and buy that shit and you got it.
Oh, wait a minute. Sears is a department store from.
Yeah. Cause some kids don't know what the hell Sears is.
I
Sears gone now.
But back then.
No, we know what you said.
If you got a glasses store, what do I look like going and spending all this bread on Gucci and Louis Vuitton glasses, Cartiers and shit, and you got fly, and your shit fly too? It'd be different if your shit bullshit. Okay, yeah, but if your shit fly, nigga, I need to shop with you, bro.
Well, you know that's a part of the program. That's part of the control.
Because a lot of shit that we see, and we be like, yo, it say since 1960 something. What the fuck was going on in the 60s in that year? Polo, MLK was getting shot and get his brains blown out. Malcolm X was getting his chest motherfucking shot up with a shotgun and shit like we know what type of time y'all on now. We knew what type of time y'all was on back then. You know what I'm saying? Like we sitting there funding racist ass brands, man, and we need to, you know what I mean?
That's a good point
Support
though, because
ourselves, man.
We all know rappers got a stranglehold on influence for real.
Mm-hmm.
We rapping and we promoting all this fly ass designer shit.
Mm-hmm.
Why we ain't promote? It's a lot of local people who got clothing brands. It's fly.
Fact.
It's right. I ain't heard nobody say shit about Master P shit. And that's Master P. He a hip hop
And why you
legend.
ain't putting on your own brand or something? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of the two. Like, why you ain't supporting black? Why Fubu died, came and went? You know what I'm saying? Like,
In the shine
Forrest
time, having a rocket wear.
Byers got turned into fat, ugly, black, and uncomfortable by us. Like, how do we? Like, why? Where's the self-hatred coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got motherfuckers that be Puerto Rican, be Native American, they be all this different types of shit. And if you tell them that, yo, you got African roots, you got African blood in flowing through your veins. They act like you told them you got AIDS flowing through your veins. Where's the self-hatred coming from? When you talk to a kid about Africa, the typical kid gonna be on some, okay, yeah, you a baby, but you flies and Africa is one of the most resourceful continent. This is why they colonized there so much. This is where this is the diamonds, the gold, the richest man of all time to ever be existent is Mansa Musa from Nigeria in Africa, Egypt. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the first civilizations come out of Africa. One of the most advanced civilizations come out of Africa. Why are we so ashamed of our African roots? It's the reason why they call it the cradle of civilization. It's the reason why they call it the motherland.
It's the imagery that they show of Africa. They don't show the good parts.
And why? I wonder why. Who controls the imagery?
We know why.
You got
We talk about they all the time.
You know what I'm saying? I rock designer and shit. I rock designer and shit for sure. I mix it with my shit, but the first thing to do is to be able to recognize where the problem is. Like, if you a crackhead or some shit, you gotta at least recognize that smoking crack is a problem. You don't think it's a problem, then you damn sure ain't gonna never. You know,
Can't tell them nothing.
we gotta sit up and look and say like, yo, look at the pedophilia that they got these little kids posing inside motherfucking on they advertisements and shit, and then they fashion runways and shit like that. You hear what I'm saying? like
I hate them shoes.
you gotta look and see like, yo man, like these niggas is demonic, bro. And these white people is motherfucking. They got an agenda. Why do you think they allowed Tyler Perry to buy BET?
He aligns with
their agenda.
Don't get me started.
Tyler Perry aligned with the agenda of feminization of black men. That's why they invested in Tyler Perry. BET Ben had a relationship with Tyler Perry. BET put Tyler Perry on. They took him from that Broadway theater shit and they said, nigga, we need to put you on the big screen. Like, we see how much the women love you inside a wig and shit. Why do our women support gay niggas so much, bro? But you want a real man? But you love gay niggas and put them up on the, what are you doing? Make your mind up. You know what I'm saying? And then they see that and they say, yo, we love this confusion. We love to see a motherfucker like, oh, I'm not black, I'm Native American. Even though the natives come from Africa. Okay? And this is proven. This is facts. Okay? It was a landmass called the Beringia. Okay? And that connected Siberia, Russia to the North Americas. They was in Siberia, Russia before they crossed the Beringia to the North Americas. Canada, US, North Mexico. Okay? Before they was in Siberia, Russia, they was in Asia. You can look it up. Asiatic black men. They was in Asia. But when you go and look it up, where were they at before Asia? You can't find it. What direction was they coming from? Coming from east? I mean, they were coming from west to east. So if you go back further west, what's further west of Asia? Arabia, Africa. Okay? Why do we just stop right there in Asia before we get to Africa? Okay? Who drew the line separating where Jesus was born? You know what I'm saying? Where's Jerusalem, Bethlehem, the Palestine and all that? And there's a line right there and then you got Africa. The distance between Jerusalem and Egypt is the same distance between Cleveland and Chicago. Who drew the line there separating, okay, yeah, this is where this people of color and these people of color are different.
They did that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Because they trying to separate Jesus from Africa. That's why when you got Picasso and all these great white painters and shit, artists.
Look,
yeah.
Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Michelangelo.
Go ahead and get it on.
Michelangelo. They drew white men as Jesus. But if they so Christian and going off the Bible, the only description of Jesus in the Bible is describing a person of color. Hair of wool, that's nappy. Okay? Skin of bronze, of brass. Brass is dark as hell, bro. Brass is dark. Look up brass. Feet of brass. Okay? And eyes red like a sea of fire. Not blue like an ocean. Red like a sea of fire. Like everybody's eyes here is brown. You know what I'm saying? Different shades of it. Okay? That's describing a black man in Africa. Look, even if he's in Arabia. The sun, that's tropical climate. This is before sunscreen. Look at what sunscreen was invented. You think that motherfucker was walking around with no sunscreen?
Pale as hell.
In white? They invented sandals because they gotta keep their feet off this motherfucker. It's scorching hot, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you want us to believe that's a white man? Why do you want us to believe this? Because when you look at that
white
slave
is
master,
right.
Superiority.
because when you look at that slave master, you want to look at, this is the closest thing to Jesus. This is the closest thing to God.
Social engineering.
You did what I'm saying?
Social
right.
engineering.
And they give us Christianity and give us this white God. But they ain't give us good food. They ain't give us good shelter. They ain't give us good education. But they give us good religion. You did what I'm saying? We gotta just start waking up and teaching each other and learning from each other and iron sharpening iron and start standing up and being like, yo, nigga, fuck this shit. We don't need you. We gonna do our shit. I mean, cause we the biggest spenders.
That's a fact.
If we came together and was like, yo, on Monday, every Monday, we not spending shit. I want you to go and get everything you need Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Because on Monday or Tuesday or whatever day, on this one day out the week, we all gonna shut this motherfucker down. And the Wall Street and the economy gonna sink down like a motherfucker.
That'll be a pandemic.
Because we the biggest spenders.
Facts.
We the majority of poverty. We the majority of poverty, but we the biggest spenders. You got motherfuckers in the project that got J's on their feet. You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers in the project that made a way to get a Range Rover.
With rims on it.
With rims on it, but they ain't get a house yet. You supposed to be there trying to save up your money. You there stunting. Like, you know what I'm saying? We sick in our heads right now. You know what I'm saying? And we just gotta wake up. And that shit, ain't nobody gonna wake us up. This is like the corona shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got all this shit in the news talking about pandemic, and got you niggas scared of a fucking corona. But y'all not scared of these bullets. We brave, man. We go out, and we know what it's like out there.
You gotta have an ownership.
You know what I'm saying? But we ain't scared of that because they ain't tell us it's a pandemic. Because they like you niggas killing each other. You know what I'm saying?
Might be another one.
Because they promoting drill music. And they giving them niggas more money to beef.
Listen to it.
We'll pay y'all more if you can get the... It gets the people going. You know what I'm saying?
Take your whole catalog.
Leora Cohen ran Def Jam. He had Kanye sitting up with a fucking Make America Great Again hat on, standing right next to him, promoting it. The minute Kanye talked about them Jews, he said, fuck Kanye. They set up on the Breakfast Club and was like, yo, they asked him, well, what was the difference? You got people on Def Jam that raps about selling drugs, about killing, about murder, and all that different type of shit. Leora Cohen's answer was, well, you know, I got a family to feed. But you standing on morals when it comes to your people, though.
It's always about the bottom line.
The fake Jews, you standing on morals.
Never about the people.
How do Kyrie get canceled, but Ja Morant, Nike, said, not only is we gonna keep you, but we gonna stand by you, motherfucker.
We talked about that.
Because when you wave the gun, insinuating that you gonna kill niggas.
Yeah,
That's what everybody got that out of it, out of the ordeal.
No, I ain't gonna say that. He
Yes.
throwing it overboard.
That's what it is.
It's about him flashing the gun, meaning he about to go kill the people? No.
He rapping the gun about he's rapping
Or
the song with lyrics,
or
with
he
violent
can have it
lyrics.
for protection because he in Memphis. Like, we don't know. We're not about to do that.
But hold on.
No,
Why you just said that about Memphis? Who getting killed down there?
Dolph just got killed down there.
What color is Dolph?
Dolph is black, for sure.
Okay, who else is getting killed
And
down
it's a
there?
dangerous city, am I right? So why not have protection?
And it's dangerous.
It's dangerous here too.
Exactly. And most people, everybody got straps now.
But
We helping our self-destruction is what I'm saying, man.
Yes,
You get what I'm saying? Like it's set up for us to. They green lighting gas in it. They putting gas on the fire. They like yes,
But to
yes.
his-
Talk about selling
But to
drugs and
his point,
using
but to
drugs.
his point is, why did Kyrie get killed for retweeting a movie clip?
That
And
was
this
true.
nigga's on here flashing
What
guns.
Ja did is
And
destructive to the
Nike
culture.
was-
What Kyrie did is self-preservation for us.
Exactly.
But one got punished.
But
and the
one
other
got you got
was slapped
praised
on
for
the wrist.
destroying our culture. I mean, by Nike.
I mean, he didn't get praised, but he and the punishment wasn't the same.
I'm not saying that John Morant is the cancer to our culture, bro. But what I'm saying is one
It's
of
the
the cancers.
behavior. It's not necessarily about the
Yes.
person. It's the behavior.
The thing is this. I got my gun on me right now. You would not know I got it on me. Because that's not what I got it for.
That's what you're supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be.
You got motherfuckers that got guns in our community that they think that they got to use it. We gotta, and this is the thing.
And if he need protection, John's worth almost $200 million.
Man,
He can hire security.
listen. If we got
You don't need to carry a gun.
if we got so many
He can have a
savages,
whole security team.
if we
You
got
don't
so
need to carry a gun.
if we got so many savages and demons, I'll give them respect if you go get George Zimmerman. Go get George Zimmerman. Why is he still alive?
To this day,
You got cops that done did dirt, the made news headlines, and they where they live is public info.
then got a bag for it for the
But-
GoFundMes.
But you want to go and catch
And got paid by the city.
you want to go catch 6ix9ine and you want to go catch 6ix9ine in a Lifetime Fitness gym or some shit like that. You want to go catch
I
one.
still think that was staged.
You want to go wait for a rapper to come to your city to try to rob him.
I think 6.
You want to go niggas be so hard in the streets, but when the cops come, they run.
Well, you know that jealousy and envy is that's a part of the deception.
It's a slave master thing. We getting at each other, so we got the hatred that we display to each other is unmatched as far as what we do.
There's enough.
You know what I'm saying?
There's enough for everybody
Everybody
to
else get
win.
midway.
But if you want to go kill somebody, go kill for a righteous purpose at least. Go kill a motherfucker that's a racist like George Zimmerman. Go kill a motherfucker that done killed a black baby. That's what the Black Panthers were. They was like, yo, we don't need the police. We don't police our own community.
And that's why J. Edgar Hoover got rid of them.
Because
Gay or Edgar Hoover.
exactly.
What the FBI do?
The assassin.
They killed off the black. They killed off the original Black Panthers and poisoned the original
They got
Black
buildings
Panthers.
named after him.
But the KKK gets paraded.
Is that
You
shocking?
get what I'm saying?
Oh no.
George Washington has many monuments and many schools named after him.
Who?
George Washington. I didn't say Carver.
Right.
But it's like it's like we succumbing to it. You get what I'm saying? We're not doing nothing to fight for it, and it's like the crack done fucked us up, welfare done fucked us up because it wasn't like this in the 60s and the 50s.
But that
We-
was, that's a
And
part of the
welfare was
plan.
started for white people.
Exactly, systematic racism. The hoods was created off of redlining. They took a map, and they red areas was the areas that was populated by minorities, aka people of color. Notice I said not black people, not Mexicans, not people of color. That's where our first mistake is. They done divided and conquered us into thinking that, oh no, I'm not black, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm not black, I'm Mexican, oh I'm not. We all people of color. We all in the same boat. They all look at us like nigga.
But it's
You know what I'm saying?
it's been several hundred years of that mentality or that divide, and so we got to definitely be more solution orientated when it comes down to the promotion of Black power or Black life, and it's got to be preserved. It's got to be appreciated. You know what I'm saying, by everybody in the community. And one thing that I hate when I see it is like when people, lead a community and they have success, they don't come back.
Facts. But you love your hood.
But you love your hood though, and then when you drive through the hood,
Where's
it's
I mean,
a bunch
people
of
own
bandos
houses.
and vacancies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't own nothing in your hood.
But that's the
and when
thing
you get the
about
money to own something, you get out the hood.
And you think you own the block because it's your hood and it's your
Because you at the gas station.
But what do you
every day.
actually
Right.
own?
But you don't
in the
even own.
hood?
You don't even own the gas station.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody else that came in here, they got 7 years
And
of
you-
tax
and you
abatement,
giving
they
them
own
their
that.
money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then
The
they
mon-
treat you like shit.
We don't got
when you
black-
go in there.
And then you got the nerve to really think that oh, that shit couldn't happen this day and age. We go to war with the niggas. You don't know what it takes to go to war. Where's our black banks at? Where's our black hospitals at? Where's our black? We don't have an army. We don't have a fuck. You talking about these little guns in the hood that we got?
But when we do try to get that,
And we can't go get them. We don't got boats.
They
We don't got
impose.
planes.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if we don't forgot what boycotting is and the power of boycotting. We don't forgot how boycotting took segregation and integrated that motherfucker. We don't forgot how boycotting took motherfuckers couldn't even get out the back of the bus. Now you in that bitch acting a goddamn fool now in 2023. We don't forgot the power of that shit. The power lies in their pocket. They hate you, but they love money more than they hate you.
What they say on the money? In God we trust. That money is
That
their
money
God.
is they God. When you gotta be careful when a motherfucker say God. Cause God can be anything. This is my God. Anything can be my God. Motherfuckers can say they believe in God, and motherfuckers can say thank you God, but what if they God is Satan?
And God to them is an acronym. It means Government Ordinance Department. That's what God means.
That's what I'm saying. God could be Satan, man.
No, for sure.
Motherfuckers can say yeah,
go there and worship
they
that
love
shit.
God. Who is your God? Is your God a righteous God? I don't care what you call your God, as long as it's righteous.
No, for sure.
As long as it's a higher spiritual righteous being.
And the word
You know what I'm
God
saying?
is interchangeable, like you said.
That's what I'm
And it
saying.
can be plural.
You can be the
gods.
God of anything.
When you think about something like Yahweh or Allah, that's singular.
But I believe in the oneness of God.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You could call Satan your God or whoever your God. I don't believe in my God. I know my God.
No, for
You
sure.
hear what I'm saying? And I know that they think that they in control, but at the end of the day, they really not in control. God is in control.
No, for
You
sure.
hear what I'm saying? But the thing is, I see that my people sick, and that shit be fucking me up. Because I'm like, damn, I don't got hope for my people because my people is just oblivious to it, man. You hear what I'm saying? And we helping the fuck ups. The biggest problem in our community is raising our kids and putting it to our youth.
That's a fact.
This
And,
is why
how we start our family.
We're going to be in worse shape 10 to 20 years from now. Because these kids that's fucked up is going to grow up. And now they're going to have to raise fucked up kids. This shit has been going on for decades. And no one's taking accountability. You got the OGs that grew up in the 80s, acting like the 80s was golden era, like it wasn't boys in the hood and it wasn't motherfucking...
The drug era.
Yeah, it wasn't the Reagan...
But it was more family.
This is my thing. You're taking piss and talking about how it's shit now. You're taking, before it was piss, it was throw up. Or before, bruh, we've been fucked up. We've been fucked up.
Well, but it's been
Crack-
years and years and
Crack
years.
fucked us up. Okay? It took the mama who was the only motherfucker, the woman was running the household. Because before that, welfare took the nigga out the household, the man.
That's what all the destruction.
You know what I'm saying? So now you got the woman that suck dick for a crack rock. Auntie, your mama might suck dick for a crack rock. So now you looking at, she don't run this house. I gotta raise myself now. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, but your homie might be the one that's motherfucking pushing it to. So morals done got threw out the window. And you got a kid right in the house, it's gonna be all over the motherfucking place.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And now that kid, if he gets lucky enough to make it to adulthood to where he can reproduce, which he probably gonna reproduce at a young age, because nobody done taught him. You know what I'm saying? Now he got a kid, and he might get knocked off, and now this kid is a fatherless kid.
In the same place.
And now it's a worse turmoil. But see, don't nobody want to talk about how, dude, if you got a bunch of, you talking about this generation is all fucked up, right? Somebody raised or didn't raise this generation. This is somebody's product. That's the motherfuckers from the 80s. And somebody raised y'all to be fucked up parents. The motherfuckers from the 70s and the 60s. Okay? Now they had more polish and shit. Somebody put that into them. How did we get the breaking down in the 70s and the 80s? Coincidentally, crack hit our motherfucking communities and tore it the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Coincidentally, welfare had it to where you can't have the man out in the house.
I think a lot of times people be searching for the leader, and the leader is within. You shouldn't be happy. You know, I mean, we appreciate X, we appreciate King, Martin, Everett, and people like that. Like, we appreciate that. You know
but if you just got that one person, what happened when they get assassinated?
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta continue to fight.
Where you at now?
But we gotta have a mentality that self is my only savior. Jesus ain't coming to save you. Muhammad ain't coming. They didn't live their life.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing that can save you is the example they left. They not coming back in the physical to save you.
But if you hopeless and you full of despair, you're not gonna rise above. So you gotta grow.
You got to. But I see in our community it's so plagued and it's no fight in this no more. It's like there's few motherfuckers and they got a little bit of money, they got their job, they got their house, they got their car, they good. They ain't gonna march nowhere. They ain't gonna make no sacrifices. Colin Kaepernick is a rare ass nigga. That's a rare nigga to sit up and say, fuck this career. I know y'all gonna crucify me for this. Well, fuck it, I'll make this sacrifice. Kyrie Irving, even though once they took the shoes from Kyrie, he got the backtracking on that shit because he really liked them shoes. But that's a rare nigga to sit up and be like, you know what? You know that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and all these motherfuckers knew what time it was. They knew they was gonna get assassinated. They knew the risk they was fucking Martin Luther King had a doctorate. He was a reverend. He had rollies and shit. He had a family. He was good. He had a house and shit. He was in the trenches to sacrifice. He said, yo, I'm gonna give all this up for my people. We don't got that sacrifice. Because you got too many motherfuckers that feel like they got to be in, so now they straight. What struggle? You know what I'm saying? But Malcolm said that the disservice and the injustice of one black man got to be the injustice of all of us. You know what I'm saying? Because that could have easily been either one of us. If they got a stat quote that the cops can kill a nigga and get away with it. You got a stat quote that a motherfucker can kill a nigga and no justice is served. You got a stat quote that a motherfucker can go to jail for hundreds of years for this because he black, but you got rapists and pedophiles that get their own islands and get to run wild and do all types of weird shit with kids and shit.
Oh, Jeffrey.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, you gotta. I mean, part of the community is you know, saying building up what they say the 2 or 3 agree. You gotta find like-minded people. And so if you surround yourself with the dregs of society, chances are you're gonna become a dreg yourself.
Right.
You know, so you gotta indoctrinate yourself with and running with the right people. And that's how an individual becomes a Tyson, is with the affiliation.
And a lot of times, by the time you like 15, 16, you already set in your ways, you know what I'm saying? Like 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna change a motherfucker at that point. You gotta catch them early as a kid. So we gotta start having more programs for the kids. We gotta start trying to put into the kids. We gotta have parenting classes and shit. Like we gotta find some way to reach with these parents.
Why did I say that?
Yeah, we gotta find some way to reach to the parents and be like, because the thing is, if you a football coach, or if you were you teaching at the EMT or some shit like that, or you whatever, you did what I'm saying, and you connected with the youth, you can't be around that motherfucker and influence that motherfucker 24/7. He has to go home to something. You did what I'm saying? And this shit can either destroy him or make him. You know what I mean?
That's part of the fight.
And that's a sick fight because we waited until the cancer got to this part of it. You know what I mean? And like my man said, we can't just have one leader. Because you see what happened when we looking at MLK to lead us the way. We're looking at Malcolm X to lead us the way. We're looking at Khalid Muhammad to lead us the way. One person can get killed and will get killed.
And we the only culture that got all these leaders. Who's Asia's leader? Who's the Russian leader?
Bruce Lee.
They don't have leaders.
All right, man. All right, go ahead.
They don't have leaders.
Exactly. Come on. Bruce Lee is their leader.
Man,
Why?
come on.
I think so.
I knew Jackie Chan was next.
Man.
Jet Li. But
Jet
let me end on this because I want to get an audience a solution. So the reason why the reason why I coach football is because it gives me access to the young minds. Now, granted, football is a cool sport. It's not the most important thing in the world. I wish we value being generals and owning shit more than sports, but at the end of the day, we got to meet our people where they at. These is institutions that the youth gravitate towards. So if we can infiltrate that and put our mind in these young people, that's what's going to start changing shit. And this is my message. I was just talking to, you remember Chase? We coach Chase, he played receiver. So my dude Chase, I was telling him, like, look, you ain't got to coach nothing like that, but when you can pop out. Like, he brilliant. He a genius. You know what I mean? I'm like, these kids need your genius, whatever you can give. And I was telling them that when I was younger, me and John coached when we was young. And that's hard because you still trying to figure out life. And, you know, once you turn 19, you got to get some money. You know what I mean? All that sports shit and being cute and being the best athlete, that shit played out.
It's time to work and it's time to.
But what I was telling him, it took me 10 years to get back to coaching because I was trying to figure life out. But I was telling him I was using it as an excuse because life ain't never gonna be perfect. I'm waiting for the perfect situation to come back and get back to my community. You're gonna wait forever. So I would say at whatever level you at, you got something to give. Even if you at a low level, you got more than they got. And they're more likely to see us, the young faces, than they gonna listen to an elder or OG and relate to it. And we closer to where they been at than we more in touch. The elders got the wisdom, and they need that too.
We closer to the culture.
But we the bridge. We the bridge to that. If we can get their respect and we edifying the elders, now we bringing the whole community back together.
And that's something that we lost.
Exactly.
The OGs.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because all they doing is bashing. Talking about how these niggas nowadays is fuck niggas. These niggas nowadays is dressing wearing ass. These niggas is fags. These niggas is just that and the third. That's your partner's son, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
But
because your partner was in jail because he was not a fuck nigga. He was a gangster. He was there to raise this little nigga.
No, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? So this little nigga motherfucker is all out of whack. This little nigga was hurt. So he acting all out because he, in all different types of ways, this little nigga was actually fucking hurt. So he might, as a shield,
he don't know how to express it.
He don't know how to express it. So as a shield, he might be on some other shit. But that nigga is damaged.
No, for sure.
And then he gonna fuck around. He's still like pussy. He gonna make a kid. And his damaged ass is supposed to motherfucking raise.
Passing off that trauma and DNA to the next child.
It's a fucked up cycle.
But we gotta change the cycle. And we can do it by having platforms like this. So we want to just thank everybody for tuning in. Again, you can find our platform, our podcast rather, on Apple iTunes, Spotify, and the podcast app formerly known as Anchor. Those are all audio files. And if you want to kick into the video file, definitely tune in to Spotify and the podcast and app through Anchor. The links are in our bio. So we are to start following with like our special guest. We are out.
Tell your mama about me.
And we gotta support shit just like this, man.
No, for sure. Hey, it's the end of my cousin. Keep it in. Plug y'all shit again, man.
Real culture clothing.
Put your shit in the camera. Put your shit in the camera.
Yeah, real culture clothes.
Bro, be having Malcolm on this shit. Nib, Black Panther. He breaking that real shit.
Right there.